Good afternoon. It is 3 o'clock. I'm just Bonato, live from the 104.5 The Zone Circus Sports at the Make Kentucky Down Studios. And football news today, former Arizona State quarterback and top transfer portal quarterback Sam Leavitt is expected to take a visit with Tennessee, according to reports from Austin Price last night. Leavitt visited with LSU and Lane Kiffin this past week. Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson has informed the Alabama coaches of his decision to declare for the 2026 NFL Draft. And Ohio State's wide receiver Carnell Tate also declared for the NFL Draft today via his social media. In college hoops tonight, number 11 Vanderbilt looks to remain undefeated when they host number 13 Alabama at Memorial Gymnasium, with tip-off set for 8 o'clock on ESPN2. For our Foundation Repair and Improving Needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three John 104.5 The Zone. Welcome in. Hope you're having a great day. Brett Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City.
That is right.
If you would like to partake with the show by watching live, you can. YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
That is the Zone TV feed, and you will see us all wearing black shirts.
Yeah.
We're so cute. We all match.
Or tops. Is that what y'all call them, Babs? Tops?
I mean, it depends on what it is, Mayor. Like, yours is a hoodie, his is a shirt, mine is a sweater.
I thought women just called shirts tops, no matter what they are.
No.
No man says that word ever.
No, I think I've never said it. Maybe tank top.
Y'all call everything shirts.
Yeah.
Or hoodie, maybe.
All right.
Hoodie might slip in there.
It's actually very impressive that y'all all wore the same color, because typically it's like two of you, and then usually it's
One
Brett
left
and
out.
Dawn, and
Usually
then
it's me and Babs.
Slay's the one that's left out. But y'all
He's with us today.
Y'all all got it.
I'm
Good job.
We're all on the same page.
We are.
Somebody said who died. Hopefully nobody.
Yeah. Coaching carousels down.
Well, we do have a friend that's actually at a funeral today.
Oh, yeah, we do. College
rest in peace,
football
Tracy.
has died.
What do you mean?
I mean,
It's going.
it is a full,
It's
I mean, it is. It's bunk. You see what's going on with Washington and
If you
LSU and Sam
silly.
Leavitt.
if you
and
love
is what it
sports for the entertainment value of it, it's never been better. Argue with me.
you can't.
it's like a real life soap opera.
That's the problem.
I mean, that's what normal
We
sports
got
have always
lawyers
been. But now,
involved. We got breaking contracts. We got kids signing contracts that they have no idea what the hell they
Yeah.
even signed.
I mean, it's like every day, multiple times every day, somebody is saying, "Hold my beer."
Kids having re-signing days.
I mean,
To the
here's a
school you're
kid.
already at.
Here's a kid who said, today I was informed by the Kansas State coaching staff that they're releasing me. Therefore, I'm immediately entering the portal with 4 years of eligibility.
Good for you.
Like, that kid thought he was going to go and get an education at Kansas State, and now all of a sudden the staff's like, nah, you're released.
We need to get you out of here. We got a spot we need to
Like,
open.
is this the NFL now?
Yes.
Dude, education is not a part of
Yes.
this anymore.
Yes,
the
it
wildest
is,
part.
but it might be for this guy.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
they
is.
Who
want
is
to.
this guy?
It is for a small percentage of the people.
Let me see who this guy is. I mean, look at him.
Who is this guy?
This guy is
he's
this
a-
guy is definitely education.
Yeah, he's a
guy
small little
definitely
white
got
guy. Like, he clearly
Well, here we go.
was there to
Yeah,
get
we're
his
off and running.
education. Look at him. He's so skinny. What position does he play?
My guess is wide receiver, but I'm not 100% sure.
McGuire Richmond. His name's
Okay.
McGuire.
McGuire says
He's
a
got
lot.
two last
He's a
names. That's a
safe-
problem.
Oh, wait. He's listed as safety/linebacker. He was there to get his damn education.
Safety/linebacker.
6'2", 223. 4'6", 240.
He was
Too
gonna
slow.
be a starter his senior year.
I was talking with an SEC analyst today, and
I mean,
everyone's having to deal with
This
the
one?
portal.
I was
Even
going to say, I'm right here, Yor. You did
This
just
one
say-
or a
you just
different
spoke to me.
Not
Just
you.
spoke to me in the
Football.
hallway, Yor.
There he is.
There
There
Blake's
he is.
here.
Do we have an intro for Miranda Lambert silent in the corner yet?
She's just out
No,
there.
she's
chilling.
silent.
Also, she used to be on the wall. Now she's in the studio.
Yeah,
I don't know
well,
what's
now she
going
got
on
in
over
here.
there.
She fell off the wall.
She fell off the wall.
Hey, who brought her in here, though?
I don't know,
I'm
but
gonna
she
guess.
signed her own arm.
Yeah, that was that was a tattoo.
But here's the other part of that. She's like pulled her shirt down, and it's just like a bra that is showing.
No, No, that's a tank top.
It's a tank top?
Yes.
See?
Look, Circle Life. We came all the way back to
I was
how
just
to
going to say,
describe
See,
we
what
now
don't
we're
we're
talking
know.
about
We don't know how to
She's
describe
wearing,
it.
she's wearing a top.
Somebody said, question, is this the first time all three of y'all are together in
been a minute.
2026? Yes!
It is, ain't it?
Oh, yeah, it is. Happy New Year.
Y'all.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
New Year,
Year. I told Mayor he's not allowed to say Happy New Year anymore yesterday.
Because I was saying Happy New Year to people, and she was like, why are you saying Happy New Year? And I'm like, because that's the first time I've talked with whoever.
I'm like, dude,
This
it's
is-
January
anybody.
6th.
This is the first show with everybody since the Monday of Christmas.
Darn, that's a long time.
That is a lot.
Are we all together tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Are
then
we all
Friday.
together Friday?
No, we're not Friday. So-
There we are.
No.
No, Don's
You
not
go.
here on Friday.
I'm going.
Her husband's an Indiana fan. He ain't missing that
Oh,
game.
yeah. Come on. That's
And
on
then
me. I'm not
also-
used to Indiana playing football. That's me.
Hey, me either.
That's on me.
Me either. And they're playing in Atlanta, and we still
Yeah.
have not done Christmas with my family because my schedule is so nuts. So
Wait, what?
I know. We haven't
And
visited
you won't let
the-
me say Happy New Year.
I know.
So I
You
need
haven't
to
even
send-
done Christmas
We need to
yet.
send another gift to Baby Babs. Then.
No,
Makes
no.
plenty of sense.
No, the one she has is quite annoying.
No,
Thank you.
she's set to be a rock star. You got her the drum set, and then I got her a bottle opener. Me and Kirby with an eye got her a bottle opener with her name on it, so she can
like a
open
legit
beers.
bottle
Yeah.
opener
Yeah,
that
she-
says Hadley on it.
She can open beers and play drum. Like she's set, dude. Like she's ready for. Is Exit In still rolling?
Oh my gosh,
she's
no,
going on
it
in now.
closed.
Well, it did close, and then
They
somebody
opened it
kept
back
it
up.
open.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know.
Perfect gift for a 4-year-old.
No, she get the sparkling. What is it? Sparkling cider or something? They did get.
She's
I don't know.
5.
Fine. Perfect gift for a 5-year-old.
Every time Travis opens a beer, he needs to get Hadley to do it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Babe,
She calls that
come on, sweetheart.
pop pop
Get this for me.
and dad juice.
Pop, pop, and dad juice.
Pop pop.
What's
grandpa.
yours?
My wine is mommy's juice.
Mommy's juice.
Yeah, that's mommy's juice.
I think that's pretty standard across
I
the
like
board.
that, yeah.
Mommy likes her juice.
Yeah,
Mommy
know.
loves her juice.
Yep. I put her to bed last night.
Listen.
And obviously I was celebrating, done with football season. And so I went and read her stories and put her to bed. And she was like, Mommy, you forgot your juice.
You left it right here. You want to leave this?
Well,
alone?
thank you.
we all play a part in contributing to your need for mommy's juice at night.
Absolutely.
Because we
yes.
stretch you out. 3HL is powered by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, SpringHillAC.com. The NFL job openings, Titans, Browns, Falcons, Giants, Cardinals, Ravens, Raiders. And again, right at the end of the show, interesting tweet from Adam Schefter saying, in 45 minutes, John Harbaugh has received contacts from 7 NFL teams. I'm like, me and Babs looked at each other. We're like, there are 6 openings.
Yeah.
7, including the Ravens. But
Yeah.
He didn't receive a
right.
Come on back.
Yep.
No, he
Well,
didn't get that.
I'm pretty sure there was some out there.
Who's the team with a coach that reached out?
I'm pretty sure there's
Somebody-
someone out there today said it's up to 9.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Although,
Who-
did
who
you see
could it
the
be?
Bucks and what's his name, Bowles, saying
Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles,
he's
yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
back, and
So
he's going to make
Harbaugh
some staff
definitely
changes.
said no to go to Tampa, right? They called and he was like, "No, we're good." And they're like, "Okay, Todd, welcome back."
So I
Or,
saw.
honest is
or
that?
Todd is just playing
Just
his
playing the
cards.
cards.
Right. That's, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, Aaron Glenn suggested. Aaron Glenn said, "We will never have a season like this again." And I'm like, "Damn, man."
Low floor.
The owner might be like, "Hey, man, you're right. Bye."
You better not. Better not have another season.
Or
like
no,
that.
you're right.
Interception.
You're not going to get another season, so you're not going to have another season like this.
Yeah, we can get one interception next year. In 17 years.
They had 0 interceptions, y'all. It had never happened since 1933. They've been keeping interception stats. The Jets had 0. They're the only team to ever do that.
You can accidentally get an interception.
And he was an incredible defensive back.
You can accidentally.
As you
get
said the other day, that's his lane.
one. Yeah, he loves it. I thought.
well, remember what Jim Wyatt said?
What did Jimmy say?
Oh man, I wish you should have pulled that. Jim took a shot.
Jim goes,
I go, this has nothing to do with the Titans, but I know that you've known me a long time. You know I love stats, and I wanted to throw this stat at you, and I threw that at him, and he goes, yeah, I was paying attention to that and then forgot to look in the last game to see if they got one because I thought that was so outrageous, and they didn't. So he said, yeah, I thought, everybody was telling me Jarvis Brownlee Jr. was an all-pro.
I mean,
I was like, wow.
Jimmy ain't wrong.
The chat was like, damn, Jim
Like it,
Zing.
Jimmy. If Jimmy hang in there long enough, you'll catch a couple of shots from Jimmy.
Well,
Sometimes you don't
also,
notice.
Yeah.
This is what
Easy
this is
drive
what
guys.
being the writer for this team does to you at this point too.
Yeah.
He's like,
Let
I'll
you know.
take some.
He used to be
Yeah.
hiding in
Like I
behind
told y'all.
behind bushes at the
You gotta
airport.
listen to me.
Trying to see who was coming in town. Now he doesn't have to do that. Chris Lowe was on yesterday, and he said if Ty Simpson stays in college, Tennessee is for sure a possibility. But he said, I really think he's going pro. Well, he's going pro.
Yeah. We gone.
Chris Lowe knows all. That was really
That's
surprising
another guy you
to
just
me.
have to kind of listen to what he says.
Yep.
Yep.
You better.
He has broken news so nonchalantly on I would venture to say almost every single one of his appearances with us. And like either you catch it or you don't, but he's unreal.
Yes, he is.
Are you guys surprised by the Simpson Pro? I mean, I think a lot of it plays into the fact that this is a smaller, weaker quarterback class when
That's
you look
it.
at the draft.
Right.
That's it right there.
That's it, period.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Miller the other day came out with 11 first-round grades. There are 32, obviously, 32 first-round picks. He has 11 first-round grades. 2 quarterbacks.
Then if
So,
yeah.
if you're the third quarterback, you're probably going in the first round, no matter what kind of grade. Hey, Coach Mack always
Whether
tells
you're
us.
worth it or not.
Yeah, Coach Mack always tells us there's a quarterback draft and the rest of the draft. And the good news for the Titans is that the teams in front of them need quarterbacks. So, perhaps Dante Moore and Fernando Mendoza go, and they get the second best player outside of quarterback.
So it's interesting because I was
Carnell Tate, maybe. Ruben Bain
So
Jr.,
neat.
maybe.
Ruben Payne Jr.
I like Ruben Bain.
So do I.
I don't know where I'm at yet, though.
I don't either.
But I'm not changing. When I get there, I'm not changing this year. I told you all that.
You got to put it on the board.
Yep, I'm putting
Put it on the board.
board. Who
Lord,
I
Lord, Lord,
I I hit Cam
You
Ward
was on it.
early.
You stay with it. You stay with it.
I
Y'all
did.
made
I
me
stayed
flip.
with that
Flip from what?
I forgot.
I don't
on
remember.
his draft pick, but I
Yeah.
don't
Who were you
remember
on?
who.
And then who did you end up
I
on?
don't remember. I think I
You
don't
ended
know.
up on Cam.
I ended up being with a Cam, but I
Yeah.
started out with Trey Beck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to stay there.
I was
That's
like,
right.
who's Trey back? Oh, Trey back. Okay.
You remember
Yeah.
Trey
Yeah.
Beck?
Now, I thought you wanted
Trey Beck is off. He's in it again this year.
who's the edge rusher that went to the Giants that caused all the problems?
Abdul Carter.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
you wanted him.
No.
No, you said you were going to go play in traffic if they tried.
Yeah, exactly.
You did not want
Yeah, I
him.
would know.
My man
Remember,
kept
I was not impressed by him
Yep.
watching him in that playoff game.
Yep.
So
He had a lot of issues up there, missing
did-
meetings.
He was missing meetings and then
Sleeping
missed game
through.
time because he was
Yeah.
missing meetings. And yeah.
crazy. Okay, so back to the Ty Simpson thing. I was thinking about it last night. Like, he has had some super low valleys at Alabama and then obviously some highs. But so then I was kind of like, okay, I could see him going into the NFL just because does he want that emotional roller coaster because it'll come again
Yep.
at Alabama if he stays there. But then I was like, God, could you guys imagine him in Heupel's offense
Yeah.
with some other pieces around him, with an offensive line, with what Heupel does offensively, with what his skill set is as a quarterback? I'm like, I'm not a Tennessee fan, but
Right.
that would have been fun
Plus,
to watch.
Babs, it would be difficult for me to leave if my grade wasn't high. If I wasn't the top 2-3 quarterback, knowing what I could come back and do, and you got to think those lows were created because they didn't have no running game. Now you got
No running
DeBoer. I'm looking at him like, dog. Hey, if you want me to come back, even think about entertaining coming back to Alabama. Y'all got to go get us a running game.
They
I don't know
did
if that's
get a running
offensive
back
line.
today.
So okay, there you go.
Hollywood Smotherman from NC State.
So don't you think
Dude,
he's
legit.
don't you think that attributed to his highs and lows?
This year, yes.
Yeah, you
but
know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
even talking about when he was
Coming
sitting
in.
waiting.
Yep.
Yeah.
'Cause he was the
And
truth
he
coming
really
in.
struggled mentally.
Yeah, I believe it.
Like he had some like questioning himself
Yeah, why
stuff.
would I
And then
do
even
this?
when DeBoer came in, like DeBoer didn't pay him any attention and didn't spend extra time with him. And
was
so
a
he's
struggle
like, am
there.
I supposed to be here?
Yeah.
And, like there was a bunch of stories about just kind of his ups and downs and leaning on his
Okay.
dad and his family to kind of figure it all out.
Yeah.
So that, not necessarily surprising. But yeah, when he struggled, it was because they had no run game.
Solely because of
They
that.
were one-dimensional. You
Yep.
knew exactly what they were going to do.
And they had plenty of receivers.
we talked about it all year.
We saw it at the SEC championship
Yep.
game.
You saw it against Indiana.
That's terrible.
Yep.
17 carries, 23 yards.
That's almost,
It's
like
almost
Aaron Glenn.
unbelievable. Isn't
Indiana
it?
knew what to do.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
How about Signetti, man?
But it's funny, like,
Yeah, dude.
but Alabama guy was like, and I get why, but Alabama guy kept saying, well, when Jim Miller gets healthy, I'm like, dude, he was healthy and still wasn't doing anything.
They tricked me into believing that. And then I wasn't tricked no more. I knew Oklahoma was going to put it on them.
You were done with the tricking?
I ain't playing around no more.
Hey, can we give a shout out real quick?
We need to give a shout out, and I have a feeling I know where you're going.
You do.
Shout outs presented by your mom and them.
Your mama now.
Shout out to Big Savage.
Big Savage.
Ramon Foster, our lovable offensive lineman from the morning show. It's his birthday.
It is.
It's your birthday.
I don't care.
We don't care, Savage.
It's your birthday.
He's also in the
40.
chat. What up, Savage?
Big 40.
I hope Ramon Foster had a
Big
great
40 Savage.
Great
40, you
day
ought to drink
today.
a 40.
Wait, is
You
he
should
40?
drink a 40 on your 40.
40.
Yeah.
He's only 40?
He's only 40.
He mentioned it a
Baby.
couple weeks ago on the
Baby
show
40. Yep.
that a big one was coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You have to
gonna
drink
do
a 40
40.
on your 40.
Don't worry, I'm bringing in.
St. Ides, what are we doing?
No, OE.
OE?
Get
Old
him
English?
Yeah, he get malt, good malt liquor.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ooh,
Can you say that on radio?
dirty.
Yeah.
I know we can.
I'd
Malt
say
liquor?
Yeah.
I hope
I love
so.
how you said it and then go, can we say that?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Think about all the things we say.
I know, huh?
Man, the first time I had malt liquor, I was at the University of Tennessee. We ended up like at a convenience store that had malt liquor.
You probably would.
And we got Ole, and that's a different kind
It
of buzz.
is.
If you hadn't had it before and
Yeah.
you do it, it's a different kind of
That's a
buzz.
sloppy buzz. Like a buzz. That is. Like you can't function off the malt liquor buzz.
You may actually fall asleep in a community bathroom
Dude,
at
I'm
Hess Hall.
telling you.
after-
I'm telling you.
What
I'm
is
telling you.
malt liquor?
Man.
I don't know, but it's strong.
Bills right here, liquors right here, it's smack dead right there, Babs.
Okay,
I'm talking about
okay.
right there. It's right there in the middle, boy. And
Okay.
it'll do it to you. 140
You know what's funny?
I
You
don't
don't
think
know.
I have
Wow,
ever
you don't want
had
to?
malt.
While
You
you're
want to.
drinking it, it gets you going, like energy.
You riled up.
Yeah, like I can't dunk, but I could dunk.
Yeah.
You know?
Till your battery go low.
And then when you finish, you're like, again, asleep in a community
No.
bathroom at Hess Hall.
Babs, I'm telling you, it brings you like, you know, you like if you're drinking
We need to bring her
Bud
some.
Light or some Michelob Ultra or something, you can hop around a little bit. This right here is gonna have you like this at the end. Slump like a little late in the shoe, like it's different.
You look like a turtle.
That's what that does. Everybody looks like a turtle after they done drunk it.
It's a turtle buzz.
Turtle buzz. I'm telling you.
Titans official interview schedule is, we got it for you next. 3HL. 3HL 1045, the Zone. Britt Doherty on Davenport, Ron Slay. Babs' Prize Closet's going to be open in the 5 o'clock hour.
Oh, what am I giving away?
A family 4-pack ticket bundle to Monster Jam's Freestyle Mania at Bridgestone Arena on January 17th.
That's fun.
Includes 4 lower bowl tickets, 4 pit party passes coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. You weren't here yesterday when all hell broke loose and the Ravens fired John Harbaugh, Slay Dog.
Dog, I saw it when I was walking in.
We had no pushback to the idea of the Titans hiring John Harbaugh. Zero until Darrington out East called in. He's the only guy.
And do you know what his reason was?
What? He coached the Ravens.
Harbaugh didn't know how to use Derrick Henry in the second half.
See, come on, man.
I mean, the previous game, he had like 200 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Guess what the good thing is, though? the good thing is he's not coming along anymore. Derrick Henry's gone. Like, it's in Baltimore, and after Derrick Henry's gone, I doubt it's another Derrick Henry for some time. So, while he's coaching anyway, so he ain't got to worry about that. We ain't got to worry about that.
What Mickey Ryan used to say?
Derrick Henry ain't coming to the Titans.
No, you can forget about that.
Well, there were rumors on the internet. You got to love the internet.
See, that,
because the Ravens are talking about trading Lamar Jackson. So now everybody's going with, well, if they're going to unload, they're going to unload. They're going to trade Derrick Henry too. And there are 4 potential landing spots. And one was Dallas, one was Tennessee, one was, I forget.
I can see Dallas.
Because Dallas would make sense because that's where it trains too.
So they think we get John Harbaugh, he going to say, you know what?
I think he has a house there.
Yeah. We can go with, let's go get Lamar. This would be wild. The internet's something else, boy.
The one thing, though, like,
I
think you try to keep Bones Fossil no matter who the coach is, right? Yeah. Like, try to keep that dude. But if it's John Harbaugh, does Denard get his spot back as defensive coordinator? Because they work together in Baltimore.
That's a good point.
Which I hadn't thought about, and then somebody brought it up. But we had fun with that one.
It's a lot of stuff.
Like, people, Slay Dog, people were like, don't even interview him.
I text y'all immediately. I didn't even know y'all was talking about that, but I saw it come across my phone. I'm like, oh, yeah, and I want Harbaugh, too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But you have to interview him. You got to know what the direction on offense is. Like, who's your OC?
Go get him one.
You don't even care.
No. Nope.
Have you ever seen
something.
18 seasons, he's had 3 losing seasons. 3. And one was this year. So he's had 2 more losing seasons in 18 years than Super Bowl wins.
With all them injuries that they took.
Lamar was hurt.
Without Lamar half the year.
Like,
have you ever seen a coach in more demand than this?
No, because I don't think we've seen a coach
he's the number
of
one
this
guy,
value come open. Well, not in my lifetime. I can't think of one.
I can't either.
That didn't walk away on his own.
Right.
Like
not counting Saban, right?
Right. Or a guy that just went to Denver.
Oh, McVay. No, not McVay. No, Peyton. Sorry,
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton walked away in great standing.
Well, and there was history.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Too, yeah.
So,
can I give a reverse?
Fired?
Can I give a reverse shout out? Is that a reverse shout out?
I mean, you
like
get
a
is this
negative
like a
shout
throat
out?
punch? No, then it's more like a throat punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, throat punch Wednesday.
punch.
Can I give a throat punch?
Absolutely.
To one of our colleagues?
Absolutely.
That we work with?
Shoot you.
Oh.
Had Slay been here yesterday, whoa, you would have heard about this.
What happened?
So John Harbaugh gets fired by the Ravens.
Yeah.
Everybody with the Titans fan base wants him here. So we're like, get Bert on the phone.
Hey.
Yeah.
He tried to get him on, executive producer of 3HLSF, which that title carries some weight.
Mm-hmm.
Bert said no, he's got to do primetime with Buck. He's got to get ready.
Yeah.
So Babs was like, I'm going to text it. And I'm like, yeah. Like, he would tell me no. He would tell Zeph no. He ain't telling her no.
Yeah.
He told her no. And I'm like, wait a minute. He's turning us down for 5 minutes. That's all we need, 5 minutes to get ready for a show that he does naked. This is where we are.
It's true.
Bert was hurt about Baltimore, man.
Come on, Bert.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bert was
he
hurt.
said, I gotta get ready for prime time. I said, we are prime time. Come on.
Get out so bad.
Let's go.
Y'all know he was really hurt, though.
He was hurt.
But the loss?
Bert was hurt.
Man, what? That loss, that loss crushed him.
Not the kid.
Like, I don't know if he's shaking back yet. Like this.
How about that? So, Loop, every kicker makes every field goal in the NFL these days, right? Like, they're making 73-yarders for crying out loud.
Too.
So Loop misses a field goal, right?
Yeah.
That ends his team season and gets his coach fired. Had he made that, what was it, 43?
44.
44-yard field goal.
Chip shot.
Had he made that, his team is hosting a playoff game, and his head coach still has a job.
And what we were talking about yesterday is what happens with Mike Tomlin? Is this Mike Tomlin today? John
Mike
Harbaugh's
Tomlin
shoes?
still could get in the mix with the Titans.
Yeah.
Was it
Let's see what
Dawn?
happens.
Were you the one that sent the picture of the two field goal post, and on the inside it says Harbaugh fired or Tomlin fired? On the outside it said
You
Harbaugh
get to
fired.
choose, yeah. But
Isn't that
then
crazy?
I thought
And Tomlin would have been ridiculously
It would have
sought
been the
after,
same
too.
way.
Yeah.
it would have been the exact same way. Coaches with winning records in franchises don't get fired like this.
Oh, somebody said Lane Kiffin was in demand recently. Yeah, but he wasn't.
Yeah, but
We'll get to the Lane Kiffin story.
Nobody knew he was on the market,
Right.
so to speak.
And he didn't get fired. He
Right.
Lane Kiffin's name hadn't been in the news in like a week, so he was like yesterday. He was like, "Hey, watch
It's
this."
like,
I know what to do.
Let me jump back in.
that whole
Exactly what
story
it
is wild.
At a game that they were getting trounced there.
With one of the quarterbacks.
Yeah, who is now like an hour later scheduled to visit with Tennessee.
I was gonna say it brought Tennessee into the news.
Anything can bring Tennessee.
Oh,
in,
man.
without
So,
fail.
yeah,
Especially anything with Kiffin,
So
right?
Washington's going to sue a quarterback, and we'll get to all
I
this.
mean, it's crazy.
It is crazy. 615-737-1045. Titans official interview schedule is today. Colts defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo, Broncos defensive coordinator Vance Joseph. Neither one of those names pops with a lot of people. According to Zach Lyons, both those are on Zoom. Tomorrow, Chiefs offensive coordinator Matt Nagy. That too on Zoom, according to Zach Lyons. Friday, former Cowboys coach Jason Garrett. Where are you with him, Slay?
Not for this group.
That's kind of what I said yesterday, and Bab said, why? And I said, I don't have an answer for you.
Yeah, I think I look at him as a placeholder. You know what I mean? One of them teams that can't get to the playoffs. You know what I mean? But he come in and he'll get you to the playoffs. You might get exited out in the first round, but he'll get you to the playoffs. He's not a guy to come in and reestablish culture or winning. I don't think.
He doesn't have a very strong personality, does
Like,
he?
you know how low we are? Titans?
How low can we go?
Yeah, like, are we showing you? Year in and year out, just showing you how low they can go.
6 total wins in the last
6 wins, Joel,
in the last 34 games.
Come on, man. Like, you don't need some. That's not an over the hump job. That's a whole reconstruction. Like, you got to bring a whole. This is not. What's her favorite guy? That follows her. Most famous guy.
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, this ain't no job for him. Come in and redo the little house.
Look at that smile she got after you said that.
Yeah, he does follow me.
I mean, I think it was the year before she started here. I talked to him at the Super Bowl in Indianapolis.
Wasn't he renovating?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the show. You can't come in
Vanilla
and renovate
Ice
this.
Project.
Dude.
Oh, that's what you meant. I got it. now.
Yeah, he come in. This going to be what is asbestos?
They do have those little houses over there at Nissan Stadium.
Yeah,
still.
see, it just come in. Jason Garrett come in and put wallpaper over the asbestos and mold and stuff. I think we got something. You can't do that. The house is
Not
torn
wrong.
down.
How funny was it
wrong.
that
No.
like
I'm with them.
the
It's a good
entire fan
analogy.
base was sitting here like John Harbaugh, go get John Harbaugh, and they're like
Right,
Jason
right now.
Garrett.
No.
They're like, how about Jason Garrett? It's like, come on, guys.
Dog, man.
Saturday, former Browns coach Kevin
It's tough.
Stefanski in person. This from Albert Brewer.
Where are people on that?
That's
Where
what
are
I don't
people
know
on
about
him?
him. I ain't got no. I'm like,
I mean, like you lost in Cleveland. Okay.
that's the black cloud.
Who doesn't lose in Cleveland?
Don't listen.
I can't judge on that.
Yeah.
Plus, they're under that contract with what's his name? Hot Baby Yoga Pose.
Deshaun. Yeah, see? Yeah.
He knew exactly who you were talking
yeah, that's
about.
good for blood flow, too.
I don't think it's Hot Baby Yoga Pose.
No,
So
it is.
the funny
It
thing
is?
about Stefanski
They're
is
still under that contract next year, by the way.
Absolutely.
That's just
Paying
nuts.
for the pose.
So the funny thing about Stefanski is like some of the Browns players yesterday during their final media were like asked like, "Hey, what are you looking for in your next head coach?" And a lot of them were like, "Well, we need a guy who like is assertive and comes in here and is a true leader." Does that make you kind of think that Stefanski wasn't any of those things?
I don't know. I don't know what to think about any of these dudes, man. I would love to be in on the interview process because, like, it's funny to me when people have really strong opinions about, like, Matt Nagy.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
There's some Titans fans that have strong opinions against him.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. But what do you really know?
The graph, I'm with you.
He was coach of the year, went to the playoffs with Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
Then he had all kinds of problems in the front office over there.
Yep.
Which we know about. Snort.
Nice one.
And gets run out of it. He doesn't want to call plays.
Nope.
That's a positive. That's funny when that's your selling point.
But guess what, man?
I'm an offensive guy. I do not want to call plays. Hired.
Right. This is going to be built so much on relationships.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think this is what we were saying about a month ago. Well, I know I was saying about a month ago. Antonio just mentioned it. How attractive is this head coaching job? I understand the salary cap, bless you, and all of that. I understand you got a quarterback to build with. You know what I mean? You got a nice piece in Big Jeff. But, man, you got a lot of holes in this situation.
I'm going to go through that because Rich Eisen went through his top 5 openings, and he had the Titans third.
See? That's why I think it's going to be built on relationships. Who you able to go, not trick, but get to come in.
No, he had him second. He had the Giants first.
See,
was this before Baltimore or after?
Before the Ravens. Yeah, before the Ravens. This was done before the Ravens. But he gave reasons why, and I'm going to throw them out there to you.
I would love to hear them.
Because I want you to react to them.
I love to hear this.
I can do the Titans right now. Number 1 overall pick from last year, Cam Ward goes into year 2. Do you believe in him? Do you not believe in him? The guy that takes a job will believe in him.
Believe.
Number 4 pick this year, where 2 quarterbacks probably going in front of you, which means you get the second best player.
Yep.
Non-quarterback.
Potentially 3, depending on what the Cardinals do.
They have the youngest roster in the league. Average age 25.4 years old. Youngest roster in the league. They have $113 million in cap space, which is number 1 in the league.
How much does that go to the does any of that go to the coaches? Okay, it's all players. All right, cool. It's pretty good.
Which they have plenty of money to sign Big Jeff, which is what they're going to do.
Yep.
And last year's draft picks showed promise, especially the 4th rounders.
Very true.
So that's why he had them second. But I'll go through all of them here in a second.
You know what needs to be on the back end of that? Let's list all of the holes that are.
There are holes.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not picking 1st and 4th 2 years in a row without holes.
And with an opportunity to pick 6 next year.
But last year's draft?
Hit.
If they hit again?
No question.
Then you're on the move.
Okay.
615-737-1045. We were talking about, I ran into Kenny Smoove from 92Q in the hall. I was like, hey, Kenny, we just spent 5 minutes on malt liquor. He's like, oh, Lord. I said, it's a different kind of buzz. He goes, yep.
See?
Yep.
Had that in Vegas one night.
Joey in Plains. Joey, what up?
What up, Babs, Slay Dog, Mayor?
What up,
man?
Okay, so Babs was asking, what the difference was. And there's only really one main difference with that is with your barley or your wheat or whatever you use to make your liquor. They actually let it grow a little bit first before grinding it up to make it.
Oh, good. I thought they put cocaine in there or something.
No. Yeah, it sprouts a little bit and it grows out a little bit, and then they grind it up, and that's where, because it gives it a more of a punch to the alcohol content.
Absolutely.
And second off, on this coaching search, me personally, I want a defensive coordinator, because if you go back through since the Titans have been here, we've hired these offensive, minded coach or OCs and stuff like that, and they have done absolutely nothing with this team. Those are when we have the worst seasons. You look at the defensive coordinators, that is when we have the best. So let's bring in a top-notch DC as head coach, and let's go out and win, prove everybody wrong.
I get it, Joey, and opposite hire thing and all those theories, but, you can't let the past dictate the future, right? Like Ben Johnson's an offensive guy. What did he do? They went from 5 and 12. They went from 4 and 13 to 13 and 4. What did they do? 11 and 6. 5 and 12 to 11 and 6, something like that, with the Bears in 1 year. And he's an offensive guy.
And he had the exception of having the number 1 first pick, the first overall pick being a quarterback.
Yep.
Which you have here.
Liam Cohen, offensive guy.
So
Same thing. 4 wins to 13 wins.
I like pairing that, and I like going to go get a major DC. Although I don't think there's nothing wrong with Denard Wilson when given the talent, man. That's anybody.
He had
dog.
two starting corners traded off of his depth chart.
Come on,
You
dog.
can't.
Then you slide.
I don't think you can judge Denard on.
I ain't
crap
doing that.
this year.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to do that.
I thought they actually
Then
held
you
up.
I
say-
thought they
guy-
were pretty good
Yeah.
considering.
No question.
Especially early with all the 3 and outs. And
Your entire secondary got ripped from you.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Even Brownlee, the All-Pro.
I didn't even know
The people.
the people that were
Me
playing at
either.
the end of the season.
Me either.
we'll talk more about the
Never heard of
NFL, the Titans, college football playoff. We'll hit the SEC games coming up tonight. Got some good ones. But next, we're going to shine some light on TSU basketball. Nolan Smith will join us. 3HL 104.5
Nolan
The Zone.
Smith.
We got Nolan coming up at 4:45. Y'all,
I was
so stay tuned.
on Eastern time.
Yeah, that's
I don't
all
know.
right. You saw me and said Eastern time, and it was like, okay, here we go. Now, you got an opportunity, y'all, man. If your back's barking, your neck's stiff, your hips feel a little tight, well, opportunity coming up off the couch. You need to go to Joint Chiropractic of Middle Tennessee. They've got 17 locations, open all day, evenings and weekends, so you can roll in whenever. I know you're a little stiff. You've been lounging over these holidays, and you're probably not feeling like yourself, so you need to go in there and get a little adjustment. If you got no insurance, don't worry about that. You can walk in, no appointment needed. New patients, this is what you're getting. A consultation, an exam, and adjustment for $29. Just $29. After that, adjustments as low as $18. That right there, people, is what you call an easy slam dunk. Headaches, back pain, neck pain, whatever's slowing you down, the Joint's got your back, literally. Go to thejoint.com to find your spot, get in, get adjusted, and get back to living.
Want to tell you about Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. So it was a beautiful day today. I saw, some TikTok or Insta or something that was like, oh, yeah, you need to basically like filter out your house and let fresh air in the winter. And so luckily I have brand new Pella windows and doors in my home, and my windows, I never used to be able to open them because they were basically painted shut. Well, with my new windows, super easy. Could just take the little inside pane out, cleaned them while I was ventilating the house, and all because I have the most awesome windows from Pella. You can do the same, and they'll give you a Dawn deal for January, too. So if you know you need replacement windows, then go ahead and give Pella a call. And for January, tell them to give you the Dawn deal. You'll get payments as low as $99 a month and 50% off Pella certified labor. Let them help take care of you. 615-249-1910. Easiest way to schedule your free consultation is just to go online. Check out the Dawn deal. It's PellaNashville.com.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Yeah, Nolan Smith coming up at 4:45. We got Coach Mack presented by Two Rivers Ford coming up at 4 o'clock. Todd Furman talking about the college football Final Four, the NFL playoffs coming up at 4:20. Danny Canel. Babs is never here for this. Hardly ever.
I am now.
They like to go back and forth at each other a little bit.
I'm usually an SEC homer when it comes to Canal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rough time in college football to be an SEC homer.
It is.
Have you seen what happened in the postseason?
Yeah, a little rough.
It's a little rough.
A little rough on us.
What has brought the SEC back down to earth a little bit? Is it the NIL?
Absolutely.
In the portal?
Not stockpiling talent no more.
It's a
Well, I'm good.
this is what people forget too.
Now, you clap.
That was weird, wasn't it?
You were ready to go.
I know. But people forget it, too. I mean, I can't tell you how many games I worked that it was Alabama transfers and Georgia transfers and SEC transfers that maybe weren't starters, but were also pieces of what both of those what those SEC teams did. It's that quality depth that now the quality depth, if you're out of Georgia or in Alabama and you can go somewhere else and start and play and get paid a lot more than you are as a backup.
That's right.
Then you're going.
Yep.
And then maybe you have more opportunity to get more carries if you're a running back, to get more snaps if you're on the defensive side of the ball. And so I think when you look at the SEC now, all of a sudden you're missing quality depth that you've always had. And some of those younger guys that are up and coming or that play key roles in what you do, but then are not starters, well, they're going elsewhere because other teams are paying them to come and be a starter for them. And so I think that's a part of it is you have no quality depth nowadays. It's hard to keep quality depth on any team, honestly, but especially with the SEC, and you have such talented recruiting classes and such talented rosters and guys that can go elsewhere and make a lot of money and get more playing time.
You spot on with it. I think the other added dimension of it is used to have the premier coaches also in the SEC, where if I'm going to University of Alabama or University of Florida, that coach that's right there is a direct pipeline to me getting to the league. So if I sit and wait, I can get to the league that way. Now you got all these other coaches, man. Schools are paying coaches to come in there, and they developing talent to get you to the next level. And you don't have to wait. They have a platform now for you to be seen on. Like, I mean, why would you sit back and wait on somebody, a coach? You know what I mean? I'm telling you, if you do what I ask you to do, I'm gonna get you to the league. No, I don't. I got another coach that's down the street that's gonna pay me, and I get the platform to get myself to the league. So. You ain't going on word no more. You're going on, man, your production on that big stage. So,
talking about big stages, the Alabama-Indiana Rose Bowl averaged 23.9 million viewers. That is the most watched college football playoff game of the 12-team era from On3.com. So 23.9 million people saw Alabama just get embarrassed.
Yeah. And I think, that's just tough right now. Alabama, y'all put that in your little pipe for a second. This is the other thing, though. How many coaches got fired in the SEC? So you're only as good as the prestige of your coaches, I think. Anyway, I think that's a big part of it. Talent, being able to retain it, being able to go get it. You don't have.
Outcoach was definitely part of that one.
Yeah, that was.
You had one team with 11 5-star players, and another team with 0.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah.
615-737-1045. Keith in Nashville wants to talk about Nagy. Speaking of Nagy, Keith, what's up, man?
Nagy.
Yeah, nobody's gonna hire him.
Just straight like that, huh, Keith?
Out of the head coach, especially not them.
Say it again, Keith.
Why, Keith?
No, nobody's hiring Matt Nagy.
I know why.
I ain't been talking about how terrible he is. Bears fans say he's terrible. All of them do. Everybody's saying the same thing about him.
I mean, Bears
So,
fans say
everybody's saying the
everybody's
same
terrible.
thing. Everybody's saying the same thing means, it can't be false. Everybody's not lying.
They got a big tall tail going for them, don't they, Keith?
That's a good line to close it out with.
Yep.
Everybody ain't lying.
Yep.
Thank you, Keith, man. Appreciate it. 615-737-1045.
But I think you get that, man. I was about to say things run their course everywhere, but some courses are ran a little quicker, I guess. But if
you know what Todd Furman said about it?
NFL is a little different, man.
Todd texted.
Eternity.
Todd texted and said, the only thing worse than this is just random out of nowhere. The only thing worse than going into last season with Coach Callahan would be hiring Matt Nagy for the record.
Yeah.
Wow.
Furman not sold on that one.
Wow.
There are a lot of variables, though, in that Chicago gig.
I mean, there are a lot of variables everywhere, though. How do you handle them?
He did go to the playoffs with Mitch Trubisky, for crying out loud. That's got to be somewhere on the resume sheet.
Man.
And then the double doink happened.
Here's the thing about NFL coaching searches. You can really annihilate like anybody that's up for a job.
Yep. And guess what?
Except for maybe Harbaugh, except for Darrington out east.
He didn't mean that. He was just going through something.
That was a weird Derrick Henry emotional moment.
That's all it was. Yeah, he walked away from us. But it's always going to be recycled anyway, though. So it don't matter if they bad or good. It's like the fit. Like, what do you do for me when you get here? In a sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're always going to get a head coaching job.
Do you think that
They recycle it over
do
and
you
over.
think
Fit's the
Nagy would
biggest
be
part
a
of it.
fit? I mean, do
I
you
didn't
like
watch
that
Nagy
fit?
like that. I didn't even pay attention to him with Chicago because it was.
And it's hard to tell it with the Chiefs because he's not calling plays.
Right.
So, I mean, if
Which
anybody
he
knows
doesn't.
him.
He doesn't want to call plays, right?
Right.
Nope, that's what he said.
He's one of
But if
my-
anybody knows him, Borgazzi knows him.
Very true. We still got a hit. This coaching hire is going to be treated just like these draft picks that just came in this first crop of rookies. This first crop of rookie class.
What do you mean?
Meaning they're going to be.
You have to give him a year?
No, they need to. No.
Okay.
We wasn't going to give DK a year. We wasn't going to give Alec Ayomana a year. We wasn't going to none of these guys. Anybody walking in the Titans organization is not getting a grace period. Zero. Except Cam
you
Ward.
can in pro sports. Man.
Yeah, because he's playing the quarterback spot. And there's no more pick. You the only one get a grace period. Everybody else, you don't get one. Like, look at what we're doing with Latham. Latham. Skaronski didn't get it together after his little surgery. Like, we would have been out on him. Like, you
That
too
was kind of a
bad.
big surgery.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He
Yeah,
almost
exactly.
died.
Yeah, just very true, y'all. People die every day, y'all. I'm just saying.
Wow.
His little surgery.
I'm just playing. Hey, no, seriously though. This is like you're so bad you don't have room to get mulligans. Like you have to hit. The same thing on the draft picks is the same thing for the coaches. Like how much of a grace period are we willing to give a coach and say, you know what, he's gonna come in, he's gonna establish, he won 6 games. Woo! Do y'all think 6 games is gonna pacify us?
I mean, that'd be the same total as the previous 2 years.
Yeah, but is it enough to pacify us with the no more quarterback in year 2? With the offensive line that should be grown together by that point. With DK, who's a Pro Bowler, taking a step. What? Are you crazy, man?
I'm like, I don't know how to answer you. I mean, common sense person and big picture person would say, yeah, I mean, 6 is growth. But like me being a sports fan, I'm like, nah.
No, you got to dude. You got to be challenging.
But then I started thinking, what's the Vegas over/under win total going to be going into next year?
I don't know.
4.5, 5.5.
But does that even matter? Because when we take a look around, Houston gonna be better again. Jacksonville gonna be better again.
Titans are going to be better.
What's better? To give you grace. If we finish 4th in the conference, if we finish 4th in the division,
Your silence is deafening, Babs.
if we finish 4th in the division next year,
I don't want to.
with 6 wins,
I don't want to paint
is that
myself
good?
into a corner here.
Yeah, you're trying to litigate.
Like, but I'm saying,
So,
you got 6 wins and you got 3 in the division.
So what is acceptable? 7?
I don't know, but
What's the number?
What's the quickest way to the playoffs?
Well, you've had 3 teams that went from like 4-13 to 13-4 and 5-12 to 12-5. You've had 3 teams with first-year coaches do that this year.
Okay, but let's just circle our division.
One of them is in our division.
Houston did what they did year before.
Man, they're popping up and down. Like, I don't know what they are.
But they did what they did the year before.
2 years ago, we didn't think they would be awful last year. We thought they'd be great again, and they were awful.
Yep.
God,
Jacksonville did what they did.
You just never know in pro sports, man.
Indianapolis, if not for one injury, would have did what they did. And then we really sitting down at the bottom of the barrel looking up or looking around because ain't nobody there with us. Dog, I'm telling you. All right. Ain't going to be no grace period for this coach. He come in and let us go 0-4 out the gate.
God, Slade.
I'm just saying, man.
They are playing 3 teams with.
You're like, come on, take the job. Come on in. Water's warm.
Only person can do it is Harbaugh.
They are playing 3 teams with first-year head coaches
gets
for
grace.
sure next year.
A vet like him, he gets grace.
Harbaugh gets grace.
He'll get grace. Because you'll be like, darn, we seen him do it before.
What about Jason Garrett?
Yeah. All right.
That says we have to go.
We ain't got to go nowhere, though. We all together for the first time.
No, we got to go get Coach Mack. He's coming up next.
Coach Mack coming up
outside?
next. Presented by Two
No, he's on the
Rivers
phone.
Oh, okay.
All right. Coach Mack's going to do Coach Mack things next. 3HL.
Hey, man, we got to get it together, y'all. I just want everybody else out there to get it together now. I'm going to give you an opportunity, fellas and ladies, get real about your health this year. Synergics and Low T Center, they are right there waiting on you for a limited time. The men's TRT test is free. Women's hormone test, normally $2.99, now $9.99. I'm trying again. $99. And the weight loss consultation, that right there is free. Walk in or book an appointment and get myhealthfix.com, people. This is where you want to go, man. I went on over there, understood once I turned 40, you gotta stay on top of it. You need to know where your T levels are. If it's below 30, like 300, like mine was, I'm gonna get these numbers correct, y'all. If it was low, like mine was, then that's the opportunity to jump on the TRT and understand that everybody is going to be really pleased, especially your spouse. You figure it out. Read between the lines. Starting for the hormones, women, you need to do the exact same thing. Energy feeling low, a lack of libido. Well, hey, this is the opportunity for you to get in and get on it and understand that you can be feeling better about yourself. Get to Low T Center and Synergics. GetMyHealthFix.com.
Good afternoon. It is 4:03. I'm Joseph Bonanno, live from the 104.5 The Zone Circus Sports at the Make Kentucky Down Studios. In football news today, former Arizona State and top transfer portal quarterback Sam Leavitt expected to take a visit with Tennessee, according to reports from Austin Price. Leavitt visited with LSU this past week. Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson informed the staff at the Crimson Tide of his decision to declare for the 2026 NFL Draft, while Ohio State wide receiver Carnell Tate declared for the NFL Draft today via his social media. In college hoops tonight, number 11 Vanderbilt looks to remain undefeated when they host number 13 Alabama at Memorial Gym tonight, with tip-off set for 8 o'clock on ESPN2. For our foundation repair waterproof needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay with you. Coach Mack joins us now, presented by our friends at Two Rivers Ford. Coach Mack, what's up? How are you?
Hey, guys. I'm doing good. Just taking a few days off here. Then Rhett and I will start digging into the draft, so just kind of getting into off-season mode here.
I love it when you do that. Did you shoot fireworks off in West Texas or something for New Year's?
No. Fireworks are illegal in West Texas. It's too dry.
You're such a rule follower, Coach Mack. I appreciate that about you. Let's start with this. Obviously, the Titans have set their interview schedule, and I'm curious to get this from your perspective, the hiring process. You've done it. How intense of a process is this for a prospective NFL hire?
Yeah, well, it is. It is intense, and you know a little bit if you and your representation keep up with the lay of the land, the way it starts. And so you have to be prepared. And you don't know who is exactly going to call. I mean, I interviewed for 3 of these things, guys, in my career. Got 2 of them. But let me just tell you, all 3 of them were different, but they were all 2-day interviews. And, each one of them had a different aspect to it. But you had to be prepared for everything. And it's extremely, extremely important to be prepared for everything, but also to be very natural when you come in there. I mean, like when I went to do the Chicago deal, I mean, they had a full-blown press conference with all the Chicago media. When I went to New Orleans, I mean, it was really spending a lot of time, 2 days with the owner, down there at the time. The whole Cardinal thing, I was an interim head coach, which is a different type of a thing, but then had to go through the interview process for the head coaching job. But you still have to be prepared, for any and all questions, that not only questions they can ask you, but sometimes the most open-ended questions are, give us your plan. Give us your plan. Give us your plan right now, and then they start hitting all the different categories. It's pretty intense. But all of these guys that are going to get a chance, they all will be prepared.
Do you need to do your due diligence on the front end in terms of, talking with, you were a defensive guy, so, I would ask you what you're playing on offense, right? Would you have to be prepared to offer names and have talked with people about, hey, if I get this job, will you come? I mean, does it get that detailed?
Absolutely, it does. It absolutely does, Brent. I mean, I had a whole list, a whole notebook by position, and in order, because you're not going to get everybody you want. I mean, you're just not. That's not going to happen. You may have several, misses if you really start saying, but you have to have at least a game plan and a total overview of it when you go in, because you will absolutely be asked that question, and you'll be asked why this guy over this guy. I mean, you got to have everything lined up. You got to know what you're talking about and know what you're doing, and that comes with being able to not only your contacts personally, but the contacts that you have with everybody else. If somebody is starting to move up in a tier, that they may be a good coordinator, or they may be a guy that's an assistant that needs to move up and have his own room. You got to keep tabs on it if you want to be in the mix of it.
So big picture, Let's say you are a possible head coaching candidate for the Tennessee Titans. What do you look at within this franchise with what's going on right now and say, okay, these are the major pluses of why I would take this job, and then on the other side, these are the major concerns of why I might not want this job?
Well, when you look at it, you're going to have to rebuild a roster. Yeah. I mean, you look at a rookie class that has a lot of promise to it. You look at a rookie quarterback that you can build with, but your roster needs to be redone. I mean, that's just the truth of it. It was a razor-thin roster to begin with. Also, I look at Mike Borgonzi in his first draft. Hit every nail on the head with what he's doing. It's really important when you sit down with those guys, especially the guy that's going to be calling the shots, which is Mike Borgonzi. And also, the thing that I did is I wanted to familiarize myself not only with what the team was at the moment, but what they need to be able to compete in the division to begin with. I always would look at that, see where those matchups were. And the other thing that was important to me, because I thought I needed to know this stuff, I started working on learning the salary cap way before I ever interviewed for a job, because that's a huge part of it too. Now, it's not your major concern, but it always figures into it.
Coach Mack, let me ask you, man, with the coaching carousel that's going around right now, and Harbaugh kind of entering the fray, can you remember the time of a coach with this much value? I hope that's a good word for it, value, being fired or let go and being on the market?
No, absolutely. Marty Schottenheimer was let go with 12-4 a year. I mean, look, the National Football League
is crazy.
National Football League is as brutal as it gets. Let's just be honest. Yeah. Next season, I'm entering my 40th straight year of this league. I've experienced all of it. I've lived all of it personally, and I've also been around a lot of things that have happened. So does anything surprise me in this league, Ron?
No. I knew it wouldn't. I knew you would have an answer for me, and that was a great answer, Coach Mack. Appreciate that.
Well, it's the truth. You think I'm going to lie to you?
No, absolutely.
So going back to some selling points for the Titans, Rich Eisen was talking about this, and he said the Titans have the youngest roster in the league, 25.4 years of age, $113 million in cap space, which is number one in the league. Last year's draft picks all hit, like you're saying. And they had the number one overall pick and a quarterback that's going into year two. They have the number 4 overall pick this year. Those are pretty enticing elements, aren't they?
Absolutely. I mean, they absolutely are. Any job that you go in and take, the job is open for a reason, correct?
Right.
And so you have to understand that, when you're interviewing for these jobs, you have to look at it reasonably, but also the way the league is set up now, I mean, if you hit on the right decisions, you hit on the right decisions in the draft, you hit on the right decisions, equitably spending your free agent money, you can flip things pretty quick. And you've got to have confidence in yourself. That's the one thing I always felt good about going in. I really didn't. I understood the issues that each place was that I had, but I also understood that if I could hit on all of those things, I had a chance to be successful. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a chance.
That's all you can ask for. Yep.
Coach Mack with us on 3HL, presented by our friends at Two Rivers Ford. How would you evaluate Cam Ward's rookie season now that it's complete?
Well, he's a rookie quarterback that he went through it this year. I mean, that was a very, very trying times that he went through. The thing that I evaluate, watching him on a daily basis, is he never flinched. This dude doesn't flinch, and this dude is as genuine as they come. He's mature beyond his years. Just you check his history. You go back and check his history. He's never been given anything football-wise. Every step that he's taken to be able to accelerate himself as far as into competition, I mean, he's worked for it. And so he's got all of that. And plus, I mean, he's a legitimate first in, last out guy. and that is extremely important. So he went through a lot of peaks and valleys this year, as any rookie quarterback would. And I've told you guys before, as soon as when I was calling defenses in this league, the first thing I tried to do if I was playing a rookie quarterback is wreck him mentally and physically. And he stood up to all of that for 16 games and one series this year.
Coach Mack, presented by Two Rivers Ford. Happy New Year, Coach. Thank you for the visit. We'll talk with you next week, my friend.
Guys, my pleasure. Get back into the role of it. Here we go, guys.
I love it. I love it when you and Rep Bryan get working on the draft, and that's
See you
where
guys.
we are. See you. When we come back, Todd Furman break down the college football Final Four, also the NFL playoffs. It's next, 3HL, and detailed information on these games next on 104.5 The Zone. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Dorted on Davenport, Ron Slay. Our guy in Vegas, Todd Furman, joins us now on 3HL. Todd, if the Titans ended up with Matt Nagy as head coach, what would your opinion be?
I wouldn't be able to control my laughter, and you guys would hear from about 1,500 miles away, because it would be the only hire that would put them in worse position going into 2026 than they were bringing back Coach Callahan to start the 2025 season. So I really believe in this business. You reap what you sow, and no greater illustration than bringing in the man that, in my opinion, is responsible for the demise of the Kansas City Chiefs' offensive firepower.
Jeez. Okay.
If you would only offer opinion from time to time.
Yeah.
Look, the bottom line is this. You guys forget where I'm from originally, and Bears fans have been more than vocal about what the Matt Nagy experience was like in Chicago and how he handled things there. So let's hope, for the sake of the Titans, the cooler heads prevail and they look to go in a different direction when they name a new head boss.
What if they land John Harbaugh, Todd?
I think it would be a step in the right direction, although at the same time, I don't think he's a miracle worker that people are making him out to be. He definitely has a decorated resume over 18 years, but how quickly we forget, before Lamar Jackson took over at starting quarterback, that there was talk about the Ravens moving on from him then. But I do think you need someone that can stabilize a culture and provide a floor. So Harbaugh may make sense in that regard to get the Titans headed in the right direction.
So who would be the best fit, do you think?
I mean, in my opinion, if I'm looking at the available coaches, and while it's some of the retreads that are out there, I think Kevin Stefanski would actually be a very good fit in Tennessee. I think he got a raw deal in Cleveland. Look, this is a guy that was a two-time coach of the year, had a defense that he kind of handed over the reins to Jim Schwartz, and it paid dividends there, but there's better offensive personnel in Tennessee. You can work off of the play action, establish the ground game, and I think the Titans have a few pieces that there's reason enough to be optimistic about offensively going forward.
There he is. He's Todd Furman. All right, we've got the college football Final Four coming up, the NFL playoffs. Let's jump right in. So 10 seed Miami. I got it -2.5. It's at 3.5 now. At number 6, Ole Miss. The thing that gives me trepidation is that whole Ole Miss story. It's just kind of a romantic thing with that group of players that have been able to fight through all kinds of distraction.
It's got to catch up to them.
Can Miami, number one, do they have enough offense? But number two, can they get to Trinidad Chambliss, because Georgia could not?
You know, this Ole Miss feel, if you try and look for a sports parallel out there, probably reminds me of what Michigan basketball was able to accomplish with Bill Frieder and Steve Fisher, way back in a previous generation. And this Ole Miss team, to their credit, has taken the us against the world mentality, and it's paid dividends. I mean, Trinidad Chambliss has raised the play of this offense basically for the last 2 games. At the same time, look, I came on here last week. I've come on here for multiple weeks, and you guys know my skepticism about the SEC in general. And Ole Miss hasn't had a step out of the league to face a living, breathing defense like they're going to see in the form of Miami. The key for Ole Miss is to be able to build a lead and force the Hurricanes to play from behind, because I do think Miami would much prefer to turn this into a rock fight and make it the first team to 24. But you have a couple of NFL caliber defensive ends that are going to create pressure on Chambliss. And the one drawback about Georgia, even going into that quarterfinal game, is Georgia just doesn't have guys that are going to be playing on Sunday along that defensive line like Miami does. And on the flip side of things, look, Carson Beck hasn't had that much put on his plate. They've been able to lean into Mark Fletcher. They had the fortuitous bounce of getting a defensive touchdown that helped them create a little bit of separation against Ohio State. But this is still an Ole Miss defense that I think has to answer a whole lot in the way of questions. You do wonder when some of the distractions, the coaching staff, and everything else catches up to them. I would have had a big bet on Miami as a 3.5 point underdog against Georgia. My numbers in this game come in that 2.5 range, so at 3.5, it's not really a strong consideration. But I do think Miami goes on to win the game. I just don't think there's a whole lot in the way of wiggle room looking to lay 3 or even 3.5. That's kind of the consensus right now in the market.
Yeah, Mesidor and Bain are incredible, and that's definitely one of the focal points to this matchup. Can they get to Chambliss, because Georgia could not. Georgia had 0 sacks. Lacey ran for 98 yards and 2 touchdowns. But Ohio State could not run the ball against Miami. 24 carries, 45 yards. Miami also 5 sacks against Ohio State. But you're right. If Ole Miss can get a separation of score, a couple of quick touchdowns, that makes it hard for Miami, because Carson Beck isn't going to come from behind and beat and gobble up yards and points.
No, I think he's going to have his hands full. Now, at the same time, though, for Miami, and I think one thing that people are overlooking, this is a step down in class for Miami offensively compared to the first two defenses that they faced in the college football playoff. Going on the road to College Station against that tenacious pass rush and Ohio State, regardless of them coming up short and losing that game outright as more than a touchdown favorite, still one of the top three defenses. So I am very fascinated to kind of see how this unfolds. Miami has kind of established a floor for their performance. And the one thing we've seen from Miami coming into the year, it wasn't the talent that we questioned, it was the level of focus. And now here the Canes are with everything in front of them still to play for. And it's almost like they've taken the us versus the world mentality and a chip on their shoulder, knowing that a lot of people had them on the outside looking into the college football playoff until we got the field announced, 2 weeks ago on Sunday.
So how much do you, as a bettor, take into account that one of the assistant coaches basically just said that he lived next to who did he live next to?
Aaron Hernandez,
and that this is way more wild right now than that.
Sometimes you're able to be in the eye of the storm and quiet everything on the outside. It forces you to kind of drown out all of the distractions and play to the best of your abilities. And for Trinidad Chambliss, he's a guy that has kind of thrived all season long playing off schedule. So I don't think Ole Miss is going to see that as a massive distraction, but you do wonder when it starts to catch up to you, and when an opponent that you're unfamiliar with, that you can't play the revenge angle, you can't necessarily play we want to go out there and stick it to our former head coach. This will be a Miami team that's going to be buttoned up, and Corey Heatherman and Shannon Dawson deserve a world of credit because they've had answers for all of the counters that they have seen so far in the college football playoff. And while it's not necessarily a beauty pageant for this Miami team, like some of the elite teams we've seen down there in Coral Gables in the past, they do the things that you need to win this time of year, and it's win the line of scrimmage on both the offensive and defensive side. And it's hard for me to ignore that they're going to have a substantial edge in both of those departments. But Chambliss becomes the X factor. If he can play off schedule and he's able to escape contain, it's something that Miami's going to have to deal with. And we've seen this Hurricanes defensive line get worn down when they play against tempo. But as you guys know all too well, if you're not able to pick up a couple of first downs and it leads to some 3 and outs, I think Miami can wear down that defensive front for Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Todd Furman, our guy in Vegas.
Going down to the ATL, Babsy will be in attendance. Oregon, Indiana. Tell me the fighting Mr. Babs will pull this out.
A game where we're seeing some over money come into the market today. We're now out to 48.5 on the total. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that. But you're playing on a faster track, not going to have to worry about the elements like either of these teams had to deal with in the quarterfinal matchup. A high level of familiarity. We saw the rock fight in Austin Stadium earlier this year, 20-13. And it's an Indiana defense that's still down one of their key pieces along the defensive line. Alabama just wasn't able to exploit it because the Crimson Tide couldn't find balance in their offensive attack. Now, Oregon also playing without one of their key pieces offensively. We'll see if they're able to get Dante Moore on track and be able to hit a couple of explosives, because I do think if you're looking to nitpick some of the weaknesses on this Indiana team, the secondary is probably where they're the most vulnerable. On the flip side of things, look, credit Indiana for being able to silence all the doubters. They showed a tremendous amount of balance, made the game plan easy for Fernando Mendoza. He went out there and excelled against Bama. There was some professional money that came in on the dog, taking this number from 4.5 down to 3.5. And my number on the game is kind of right in line with market at 3.5. So I don't think I'm going to be chasing this in any capacity. But as this total continues to climb, I'm more and more intrigued to go under the total of 48.5 and also maybe back that up with a first half total if I can get a 24 in that department too.
Todd, Father, is it the familiarity in this game that's kind of, I think making this line what it is, or people I don't believe in Oregon. You know what I mean? And listen, it's taken a while for me to believe in Indiana, but I haven't believed in Oregon all year long. So why?
Really?
No, I don't.
Huh?
I don't think Dante Moore is him.
I think Dan Lanning, I said yesterday, is a master motivator, and I think he's gotten more out of this team than maybe what they are. Offensively, last week they weren't good against Oregon, against Indiana earlier this season. They weren't great.
I agree.
So.
Can you make me a believer, Todd Father?
Yeah. Oregon's going to have to be a little bit better offensively. You guys laid out, the case for some of the inconsistency we've seen. And if we go back to where this number was the first time these two teams met, Oregon closed a 7-point favorite at home. So you've done a substantial adjustment based on power ratings as you get more and more data points. And it's part of the reason that Indiana has seen their power rating upgraded by about 17 points from where it was to start the season. Oregon has been upgraded as well, but nothing close to a touchdown. So this is an Indiana team that I think all of us, myself included, from a power rating standpoint, understand how good they are, but there's still always a little bit of skepticism when it's not a household name and it's not a brand that we've grown accustomed with. But I think we kind of have to erase some of those doubts, knowing that this is an Indiana team that's not going away. I mean, you look at the haul they already have in the transfer portal for 2026, even if they're not able to get to the national championship and ultimately win it down there in Miami Gardens a week from Monday, I mean, it's rinse and repeat. They're getting a quarterback that's probably going to be talked about as a first-round draft pick next year in Josh Hoover if he can work through some of his mechanics. You bring in a talented wide receiver in Nick Marsh, and the rich get richer, especially when Mark Cuban says he's more than willing to try and pony up to help support this football program. So something to think about in that regard. But that's the hardest part for me, is I know where the numbers should be, but at the same time, have we gone too far asking Indiana to go out there and win by margin? Should be a fun game to watch. I still think both of these defenses are a little bit underrated, and if you're leaning towards Oregon being the side, I think it's because their defense has to raise its level of play. So I'm surprised to see Oregon getting bet and the total being bet over. In my opinion, that's a little bit of a reverse correlation.
It's interesting. You said your power numbers have these games pretty much where the line is. I'm curious, as a professional, do you bet more in the beginning of the college football season while others are trying to adjust their numbers than you do toward the end?
So some guys do. Some guys show a lot more variance during the month of September. For me, I typically don't have that approach, especially in the transfer portal, where these rosters, I can do 9 months of work or 6 months of work, whatever it may be, come in with a power number. I watch these teams for a 60-minute sample size in a non-conference game and go, you know what? I couldn't have been more wrong on this team.
Interesting.
And sometimes you have to kind of overhaul things and adjust. What I found to kind of be my sweet spot when it comes to betting college football is about middle of October, when we have a pretty good idea of how these teams are going to identify their strengths and weaknesses through the middle of November or the latter portions, where you can identify some of those situational schedule spots. You can find teams that may be propped up by a resume that leaves a little bit to be desired, because all things aren't created equal. And oftentimes what you see in college football, even more so than the NFL, is a team that comes in at 6-0 but hasn't played anybody versus a team that may be 3-3 but has tested themselves more regularly. So that strength of schedule disparity can lead to an awful lot of opportunity and upside, especially in the latter portions of October with these giant super conferences where every team doesn't play a schedule that resembles one another.
I heard the Alabama basketball coach make that point about Vanderbilt going into tonight's game, as a matter of fact.
Interesting comment by him.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. NFL playoffs, Rams at Panthers, huge road favorite line of 10.5. Carolina beat the Rams, though, 31-28 in Charlotte in November. Why the big line?
Biggest number that we have seen for a road favorite in the NFL playoffs going back to 1970, but it also is because the Carolina Panthers may be one of the worst playoff teams that we've seen join the field, especially since we've expanded to 14 and probably for the last 20 years. When you look at their point differential at minus 69, I mean, this is a Panthers team that really is limited on the offensive side of the ball. They've struggled to run the football of late. Credit to Bryce Young. He's given them enough in the passing game to keep them competitive. But if the Rams play on their front foot and are able to get out to an early lead, I'm not sure there's a path where Carolina can get back in this game. You mentioned the first meeting between these teams where the Rams closed as more than a touchdown favorite, lost outright 31-28. But Carolina was able to create a couple of short fields. There was a pick six. And the Rams actually had one of the highest offensive success rates in that game that they've had in any game all season long. You factor in a little bit of revenge. It's rare for me to advocate for laying this kind of number with a road favorite, but I'm much closer to betting the Rams in this spot than I would be to back the Panthers catching all those points.
Interesting. Packers at Bears, they have met 212 times, Todd, but only twice in the playoffs. They split those meetings. Chicago won in 1941. Packers won in 2010. Bears beat Green Bay and Chicago 3 weeks ago in overtime, 22-16. Packers favored, however, in Chicago by 1.5.
Packers are pass. For me in this particular game, I think a lot of people want to eulogize the Packers a little bit prematurely, and no doubt the defense has taken a step back without Micah Parsons and their ability to disrupt, but I still have the utmost respect and confidence in Matt LaFleur to come up with an offensive game plan, knowing that he's got a healthier Josh Jacobs than what he's had over the last 5 to 6 weeks. Jordan Love, a chance to shake the cobwebs and get back out there under center. I mean, the Bears were able to split the regular season series between these teams, but it's hard to ignore that the Bears had 6 points in the game at Soldier Field a couple weeks ago and needed that heroic comeback in the final couple of minutes. It's also one of those things when you look at these playoff games, when you have a quarterback with experience that's played on a stage like this versus a debutant in the form of Caleb Williams in this case, that they've typically been a good go-against proposition, winning at about 34% over a pretty significant sample size. I think Green Bay is the more complete team, even with some of the deficiencies and injuries. There's a reason the Packers are a 1-point favorite. I like the Packers a bit on the money line. Haven't bet them yet, but would want no part of the Bears in this spot on Saturday night.
Going to Saturday. Bills and Jags. You believe in Trevor Lawrence? Is it real or was this a regular season thing? They, everything. I mean, it said Sunday. I'm sorry.
I believe in Liam Cohen and what he's been able to get out of Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence playing the best football of his career en route to this 8-game winning streak, both from a straight up and against the spread perspective. The one thing that Jacksonville has done so well is they've started games quickly. So it's given Trevor Lawrence the opportunity to throw in non-passing situations. They're throwing at a rate well above expectation at this point, and it's paid dividends in allowing this pass rush to kind of pin their ears back and go after opposing quarterbacks because they have been so good against the run. Look, Buffalo has a long history of losing on the road in the postseason. You have to go all the way back to the AFC Championship game as part of the 1992 season to find the last time that Buffalo won a game away from Western New York, and that was against Dan Marino back in the day, to kind of put things in a historical context. Buffalo's last 12 playoff games, and this number kind of blew me away, have been played in 2 venues over the last couple of seasons, all in Western New York or at Arrowhead Stadium. So a little bit of change of scenery. We'll see if that pays dividends for Josh Allen and company. This is a Bills defense that struggles to stop the run, but I do think they have another gear they can get to. I'm a little bit concerned about the secondary, though. If Malik Hairston can't go, he logged a DMP with the ankle injury today. And the Bills need a break tendency a bit. They have to be more aggressive throwing the football if Jacksonville's run defense continues to be stout. But the one thing I will say, and this isn't always a great litmus test for what's going on, I haven't received more questions about one of these 6 games than I have this one on Sunday, with people asking me the same thing. Why are the Bills road favorites against the Jacksonville Jaguars when the Jags are a better team? Right. Keep that in mind when you walk to the window and think you're pulling one over on the bookmaker trying to back the Jags. I won't have a bet in this game on a side or total, but I do think it's always fascinating when that narrative predominates and people are a little bit surprised by why the road team is laying a point here against a Jacksonville team that's been white hot down the stretch.
Let's stay with the road favorites. Texans at Steelers. Texans, so the road favorites, there are 4 out of the 6 games where the road team is the favorite. Texans by 3 over the Steelers.
Very real professional money that has come in on the Pittsburgh Steelers, taking this number from 3.5 down to 3. You look at a dome team in the Houston Texans dealing with the elements, and typically that is not a recipe for success, especially laying points against the defense in Pittsburgh that's probably not as good as advertised, but still a well above average unit. This Houston stop unit is as good as advertised, in my opinion, and they should be able to get after Aaron Rodgers. Of course, the Steelers will get DK Metcalf back in the fold, which should give them an opportunity to stretch the field and have a little bit more big play potential in this passing attack. I think the big question in this one, if you're looking to lay the points with Houston, how much do you trust C.J. Stroud? Yeah. Can he go out there and make the plays that are asked of him, or will he look like a deer in headlights and make some of those poor decisions that have plagued this team in the past? Look, Pittsburgh hasn't lost a Monday Night Football game in what feels like a generation. We'll see if that trend can continue in the postseason. But we've seen this before with Mike Tomlin's teams. They play their best football to get to this point in the season, and it's almost like he makes a deal with the devil that just runs out of time when you go from the regular season to the postseason. Should be a hell of a game. My number here was more in line with that 2.5, 3, so I can understand why the Steelers got bet. But as this money line continued to come down, I'd be closer to betting the Houston Texans than I would be the Steelers, and would look for a first half under if I got a 20, despite the 19.5 kind of being the consensus right now.
High temperature 36, low temperature 30, no precipitation.
Give me the Steelers at home.
For the record.
I wonder if they'll have the priest out with the holy water.
Wouldn't you?
For this game, they may need to bring out a lot more than a priest. They may need to bring out a priest, a rabbi, a shaman, and a witch doctor to try and channel all that voodoo they need to try and be able to pull off this upset.
Boy, that would be a hell of a dinner party.
I'm taking the Steelers.
Hey, every now and again, you have to have a meeting of the minds one way or another. And in Pittsburgh or Western PA, the Steelers have truly provided the unifying force in the past.
Money line, too. Top Father, you should have seen my little ticket last night, little 6-leg parlay. And you'd be shocked. You'd be shocked to know what it was under. You want to know what it was under, Todd Father?
Was it all on the NHL, Slay?
You better believe it, Todd Father.
You get a 6-team NHL parlay.
You want me to run it down for you?
You don't have to, but I can tell you when home teams go, I think their home teams were 8-2 or overs were 8-2. I imagine that definitely aligns with the par slay mentality in terms of betting the quote unquote better team playing on home ice, rooting for goals and goals aplenty.
Hey man, listen, don't give my methods away, Todd Father. Don't give mine away. That's all I'm saying.
Look, I try not to give away
so well.
I try not to give away your secret sauce, but unlike the secret sauce or the whatever they put on a Big Mac at McDonald's, it's not hard to figure out that Slay's cooking with ketchup more than anything else.
Todd Father, you want me to give you a couple for the night?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I'm always happy because you know what I always say, Slay? When you're riding the hot hand, regression's right around the corner, so I could use some faith.
Nah, I'll save it for next time then. I'll save it. Nope, I'll save it for text message.
I got my pen out.
I'll save it for text message.
Well, I'll give you one for tomorrow, Slade. It's going to be on the move. I'll give you the Buffalo Sabres at a pick'em price tag against the New York Rangers. I expect them to close right around minus $1.25. The Rangers being priced like a team that's healthy, but down their starting goalie Igor Shesterkin, a little bit banged up on the blue line with no Adam Fox. Bet the Sabres tonight for tomorrow's game. That number will be on the move.
All right, cool. I'll give you one. You take Montreal tonight, money line. How about that?
All right, look at you laying $1.50. Do you know what province I could find the city of Montreal in? By the way.
Hey,
our Canadian expert is in there, and he's having trouble with his mic, so he can't talk.
Why would you put me under the gun like that, Todd Father?
Because you're a man who's traveled more extensively internationally than I have. You're supposed to know these kind of things.
I've never been north, ever.
I've never been north. I'm going to have to get out a map and figure out the latitude and longitude for all the cities that you've played in Italy and see if that's further north than Nashville.
Okay. I think it's running right there next to it, horizontal. We can just run straight across over there.
Which game?
You're only allowed to go east and west. You can't go north and south.
No, yeah. Never been to Australia, never been north. So
look, I respect it. Australia, very underrated though. She's trying to put that on the bucket list over there, my friend.
Yeah, Perth is a good place too.
I've never been to Western Australia. I've spent plenty of time on the east coast of Australia, Sydney, the Gold Coast, and spots along those lines.
Trust your buddy.
Despite this thrilling conversation, we've got room for one more question. What is your favorite angle with regard to the other two games? 49ers at Eagles by 4.5, Chargers at Patriots by 3.5.
So I think the Chargers are a worthwhile dart throw on the money line to go in there and pull off the outright upset. I think that if you're looking at this Chargers team, their biggest weakness has been along the offensive line, but I just don't get the sense that the Patriots are going to be able to drum up a pass rush, something that they haven't shown all season. And when you dig into this Patriots resume, I know people talk about a very soft strength of schedule, but you go through the list of quarterbacks they've faced, and it's not exactly a murderer's row by any stretch of the imagination. Titans fans know that Mike Vrabel, when it comes to playoff shortcomings, he's not a guy that's afraid to lose as a favorite in the opening round of the playoffs. So I think the Chargers are somewhat live there. Wouldn't be shocked if they won. If you're looking for juice up one of those parlays that are out there to bet them on the money line. And in terms of the 49ers-Eagles game, I think you're going to continue to see some under money come in on this game. The Eagles were very sharp on the open. You had professionals laying 3, 3.5, and 4. 49ers defense is just so banged up right now. I mean, it wasn't a great unit before and was pretty thin. Tatum Bethune out for the season. We're not sure if D. Winters will go. This feels like the Eagles can run the ball, chew clock, low-scoring game, and the Eagles play keep away in the fourth quarter. So I think it's the rare correlation between a favorite and the under, suggesting that the 49ers are hard-pressed to score more than 14 points.
Great stuff, Todd. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, always a pleasure. Look, I feel blessed that all three of you are going to be in studio more often than not on Wednesdays going forward. Dawn, I'm still waiting for my text message about the information that you had about Illinois State and Montana State on Monday night, but, I digress.
Well, we just found out that we are going to be in Vegas Super Bowl week, Monday and Tuesday, so maybe you can choose a restaurant that doesn't include a pipe bomb next time.
You guys have to lay things out for me. You tell me what kind of food you're looking for. If there's a certain part of the casino you want local, you want tourist, and I am more than happy to try and find a proper eatery up to the sensibilities of you three, and I'll see if I can sucker my wife into joining us as well.
There you go. Thank you, Todd. We'll reach out.
Always a pleasure, guys.
Leave the pipe bombs at home. See.
He took us to the old school movie place.
Yes, he did. Yep.
The casino restaurant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then several months later, somebody, allegedly.
I want to go to another one, though. I want to go to another movie.
Pipe bomb out in front of that
So
restaurant.
you liked it.
Yeah.
What about you, Yor?
Where do I want to go? Wherever y'all want to go.
Okay, cool.
I thought you were going to Benihana.
No, we're going to do that anyway. That's always going to happen. Listen, y'all.
Yes.
Listen,
We got to
y'all.
take a break.
Yeah.
We're taking a break. 3HL. We'll be right back.
Y'all.
We'll be right back.
Tennessee Vol portal news next, 3HL.
Hey, everybody. Listen, this is what I'm telling y'all, man.
over there?
It's time to get to it. And you got to get to medicalhousecalls.com. Yeah, if you don't go to it, then you just can remain sick. They have urgent care, primary care, all of these, all up under one umbrella, and it's easy for you to get to. 7 days a week, the number is 615-838-2375. Focus on being you. You get an opportunity to have them come to your house if you're working from home, or if you're at work, they come in, boom, hook the IV therapy up, and you get it, boom, right there on the spot. Vitamins, minerals, and nutrients going straight to your bloodstream, getting you maximum absorption, giving you rapid results and immediate symptom relief. Now, understand they work as urgent care as well. And once you call or text Medical House Calls and the teams assess you within minutes, you book your visit, and medical providers will be at your door the next day. Say you go out of town and you forgot your prescription. Guess what? They'll call it in to wherever you are. That's how they operate. 7 days a week, man. Healthcare designed for your life. It's medicalhousecalls.com.
eSpaces, that's where you need to go to solve any of your work problems. And these guys offer all kinds of things that you can check out online at eSpaces.com. They have 15 locations. Also, you can check that out online, eSpaces.com. eSpaces, redefining co-working with exceptional offices for every business. 2 new Middle Tennessee locations, well, relatively new, the 2 newest. Cool Springs at Corporate Center, Brentwood at City Park. Again, 15 locations, eSpaces.com. Designed for entrepreneurs, teams, and established professionals, featuring private offices, team suites, meeting rooms fully equipped, 24/7 access. Flexible terms, beautiful professional spaces that are move-in ready. Whether you're scaling up or just getting started, eSpaces provides flexibility without compromise. Want to check them out? You can right now. Tours available now as well. Reserve your space early. eSpaces.com. That's eSpaces.com. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. TSU basketball coach Nolan Smith coming up at 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
Zeph's got some Tennessee volunteer portal information for you.
Yes, I do.
Zephyr have?
First off, Sam Levitt, former Arizona State quarterback, I think he's the top quarterback target in the portal currently, is officially on campus today for an official visit.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about him. Remember, we talked about him when he came out. Like, I don't know what to think about him.
It's supposed to be the truth, but wasn't he in the Heisman conversation coming into the season?
Yeah, he just seemed to be much.
Maybe a little bit.
And then they lost at Mississippi State. That's what blew everything up for him.
And then he got hurt, and then it was just downhill.
And then he
from
walked
there.
out on his team, and then he didn't show up for a bunch of things.
He was great with Scoutaboo as his running back.
I mean,
Well,
Dillingham
one thing
will
Tennessee has,
never
the
say
running
anything
backs.
bad about him, but there's some stories. And I hate to tell Tennessee fans this, but he's got a crazy dad and brother.
Also, he's probably going to
it worked for
cost.
Vandy.
He's probably going to cost a lot of money.
That is true.
It's like-
That is
did.
true.
What y'all?
He's not wrong.
I don't know about the dad part, but the brother
Oh
part.
no, bro! I didn't hear the dad part.
I don't know.
Just hey,
There's-
Mama was out there making waves, though.
man, everybody had a good time.
They were having a great time. They were having a ball, as you say.
The other bit of Tennessee portal news, they got a cornerback out of the portal from none other than Auburn University.
Everybody's leaving Auburn.
Is his name? Is it Kyan Lee or Kayan Lee?
Who knows? That's what Babs.
Who gives a Shiano? He's gone.
I'll find the correct
That's
pronunciation.
exactly what I want to say. Hit that drop.
drop.
Wait, which one?
Who gives a? He's gone. It's gone. Major League. Too high? What do you mean too high?
Get him, Babs.
You might not have it.
I don't think we have that one on
Yeah,
here.
you don't.
Well,
Come on,
she just did it. So
I just did it for you. Don't worry.
Okay. Anyways, he was one of the SEC's highest graded cornerbacks according to PFF. Take that with what you will. He picks the Vols over Ohio State. He started 24 games in the last 2 seasons.
Former Auburn quarterback Ashton Daniels has committed to Florida State.
Ooh,
Played
does
in-
that mean Lagway? Going somewhere else?
I would think. Played in 4 games. In his last 2, he was 49 of 83 for 611 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Also ran for 197 in 2 scores. Ashton Daniels headed to Florida State. From Hayes Fawcett, Vandy's safety Randon Fontenette is entering the portal. He has 1 year left. Last 2 seasons, 124 tackles, 13 passes defensed, 3.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception, and 1 touchdown. From Pete Nakos, Bama quarterback Ty Simpson declaring for the NFL draft. That's everywhere. From On 3, star Missouri edge rusher Damon Wilson is entering the portal. He had 9 sacks this season.
Also, Missouri quarterback Bo Prabula taking a
Yes.
visit with Washington.
Oh, well, because apparently they need a quarterback now.
Yeah, I keep thinking he's going to end up at Georgia Tech. Wouldn't that make sense?
Prabula?
Yeah, because he can run. He'll run into a wall, just like the last guy over there, Haynes.
Yeah.
Dylan Rayola's still out there.
Yeah, maybe out there for a while.
Kayan Lee, by the way, the 3rd highest SEC cornerback according to PFF. Just behind Colton Hood at number 2.
That's going to find that Tennessee information.
Hey,
That little
guaranteed.
positive Tennessee
Every time.
fan out there. Just use whatever
Every
service you
time.
want. Also, we had a call yesterday, Slay, and he used all of our nicknames that you use. It
There's
was Babsy,
Zephyr.
it was Yorl, and it was Zephyr. And he had never called the show before. He lives in Virginia.
Really?
And he was great.
Oh man, I got to go back and find that.
He kept calling Zephyr.
Yeah, that's right. That's his name.
Also, NC State running back Hollywood Smothers going to Alabama, as we mentioned.
Great name, Smothers.
He is legit.
I love how you have a great name, Smothers. I thought you were going to say Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Smothers
I know,
is killing.
right?
That's killing Hollywood.
Smothers,
Yeah, Smothers,
Hollywood.
you do so much with that.
Nolan Smith, we got to shine a little light on TSU. They're 7-2 in their last 9 games.
One more portal news just came out. Tennessee transfer Boo Carter visiting with Vanderbilt.
Really?
Good for him.
Oof.
It's a big change from Colorado to Vanderbilt.
Wonder if Jalen Carey gives him a call. We'll be right back, 3HL.
Okay, it is January 7th, and maybe one of your New Year's resolutions was to get your finances in check, make sure that you and your family are ready for retirement. And if that is the case, you need to call my friends at Trajan Wealth because they can help you out. I have met with them, talked with them, a client of them, and they make retirement planning very simple. No pressure, no confusing jargon, clear, honest advice from fiduciaries who put your goals first so you can feel more confident and more prepared and honestly more relieved that you can actually get to retirement one day. And if you've ever wondered if your plan could be better, go get a second opinion from Trajan Wealth. They will give you a complimentary consultation and go through your tailored investment portfolios so that you can have peace of mind. Let them be your partner in your financial wealth journey. That's Trajan Wealth, 2 offices, Brentwood and Franklin. Give them a call at 615-270-5000 or visit them online, TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Good evening. It's 5:03. I'm Joseph Bonanno live from the 104.5 The Zone Circus Sports at the Make Kentucky Down Studios. In Tennessee football news today, the Vols get a big portal pickup as former Auburn cornerback Kyan Lee, one of the SEC's highest graded PFF corners, picks the Vols over Ohio State. He has started 24 games over the past 2 seasons. Also, former Arizona State quarterback and top transfer portal QB Sam Levitt is on campus in Knoxville for an official visit with Tennessee today, according to Pete Nakos. Levitt visited with LSU and Lane Kiffin this past week. In college hoops tonight, number 11 Vanderbilt looking to remain undefeated when they host number 13 Alabama at Memorial Gym. Tonight with tip-off set at 8 p.m. on ESPN2. Going to be a good one over there on West End. For your foundation repair, whatever needs you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Beautiful evening in the Music City. It is Wednesday. We were just reminded. Don Davenport, Ron Slay, the executive producer of 3HL is Zeph Dog.
What's up?
Zeph.
What up, Zephyr?
Let's talk a little TSU basketball.
Please.
Nolan Smith, head coach at TSU, joins us now. Coach, what's up? How are you?
I'm doing great. Just enjoying a nice 8-hour bus ride up to Western Illinois right now.
Western Illinois coming up tomorrow night. What kind of challenge are you faced with there?
Just a very, very tough team. Physical, their wins right now don't show for it, but I think right now the whole OVC, every game has been very close games, tough battles every single night. So we know we got to come up here with a great focus.
7-2
at a time, anyways.
7-2 since the Tennessee game. What's been the reason for this run?
For us, we know that it starts with our defense. Playing defense, getting stops, and at the end of the day, being tough enough and being competitive enough at the end of the games when they're close to figure out a way to win. And we have a group that's been willing to do that.
Nolan Smith with us, the TSU football coach.
Basketball coach.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's real. I just had you coaching 2 sports.
Look at that.
That might have been a high school DMV thing right there.
Did you play football in high school?
No, sir. I stopped at 75 pounds.
I love it.
Coach, your voice does not match what I thought it would be. Like on the radio. I don't know why.
Is that a good thing or bad thing?
That's a great question, Coach. Babs, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I feel like you're way more soft-spoken than I would expect you to be.
Just go to practice.
So that's a good thing.
Just go to practice, Babs.
Yeah, it's probably different at practice, right, Coach?
That's it. Look, between those lines, I'm definitely a totally different person outside the lines.
Warrior mentality, man. Nolan, let me ask you this, man. You looking at your roster coming into the season, and you're going 8-9 deep. Did you plan on doing that, or did these guys earn this playing time, and you was like left with, hey man, I gotta play all these guys?
They've definitely earned it. A lot of these guys have earned it, and I could probably be playing 10. But the way we want to play, the way we want to press, every stoppage of play, we're looking to pick up full court. So I tell these guys all the time, look, play as hard as you can, minutes. Get after it in the time that you're in there, and then we got plenty of guys ready to come. But, playing these Thursday, Saturday games, having bodies and having a lot of guys that could be out there, helps our team.
Absolutely. When you look at it, the guys that you have, when you get to the season, did you have to tweak something outside of the roster and rotation? Did you have to tweak something as far as guys found out that you could do more when the light, but guys are different when the lights cut on versus, in practice. Did you find any of those guys, with the lights cut on, okay, you can give me this, and then start expecting more in practice also, though, at the same time?
There's definitely more when the lights came on for a lot of these guys. As you know, this generation, I wouldn't say they love practice. They all kind of have the AI mentality of practice. Yeah. But, you know, I've tried my best to make them fall in love with the process and practicing hard every single day. And they've really embodied that and bought into that. So now when the lights come on, I think they feel more comfortable and understand that practices are supposed to be harder than games. And now let's make it easy when it gets when them the bright lights do come on.
Absolutely, man. The energy around it feels good. But for the people that are listening and haven't had an opportunity to get over to Gentry and see you guys play, describe what you're talking about as far as this high pressure, the way we're going to play. You continuously say that, and you can see it in the results. But describe what I'm coming into the gym and I'm going to get an opportunity to see watching you guys play.
I believe right now what you're going to see is up-tempo defense, picking up full court. We cause a lot of turnovers. We get a lot of steals every single game. When one of my biggest things from day one has been we're going to lay our hat on defense.
Yeah. You got to always. Yeah.
I'm kind of mad about that because we still have had a couple of games where we've had 15 turnovers. So as soon as we cut that down and make sure we get a shot position, you know, my goal is to have up to about 85 points a game. And I believe that we can get there. That's how fast we want to play on the offensive end. So, you know, we're playing a very fun style of basketball, and it's hard nosed as long as we continue to share the ball and be unselfish as a team.
Coach, we're having trouble picking you up. I think the bus is giving you your phone issues. I'm going to put you on hold and let Zeph reconnect with you. They've got a couple of players we were talking about yesterday in Travis Harper and Nakuma that have been very productive for his group too. And that's interesting too when you consider how many guys are playing.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to watch with the minutes that they play. You got 3 guys playing over 30 minutes a game, but understanding that double-digit steals, you don't get that a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? In this level of basketball, because of the chaos that it'll cause, you don't necessarily have an off switch. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to it, if you continue to play, you know, with that type of energy, does that bode well for you in the last 4 minutes of game? Can the guys calm down and kind of, you know, get things going back?
Coach, you back with us? Slay talking about producing turnovers. We were talking about Travis Harper and Nakuma yesterday, and you mentioned how many players you've got playing for you, but those guys have been exceptionally productive for you.
Oh, they've been amazing. AK is returning all OVC guy. He's just a big-time scorer, a 3-level scorer. And then you have Travis Harper, who's obviously the big-time shooter, but also a big-time athlete. So when his threes aren't falling, he can also go and dunk the ball and play amongst the trees. So two really big-time players.
Got to have that high energy. Let me ask you this, Coach Joe. Guys, let's talk a little bit about your staff, because the success doesn't come just from the guys being able to go out there. You guys can't play for them, and I've heard that following you guys, when you look at your videos that you come back, as you guys post, you can't necessarily play for them. But do they talk about your staff, man, that you were able to put together? Because this isn't just an ordinary staff when you look at the resume that's sitting on this bench.
Yep. You know, I believe that I was able to bring in a Power 5 staff. You know, when you look at my guys that have been at the highest level, played at the highest level, coached at the highest level. We have that over here, and they can all coach and teach and mentor and be big. Or I was going to say big brother. Now we're all on status now. But to these young men, and they've been amazing, done a great job on working with these guys and getting them better as the years gone on.
I got to show my brother some love, man. DJ, you got DeMar Johnson over there on your staff, man.
Yes, sir.
Do you ever have to, I know y'all got the DMV ties, but do you ever have to pull DJ back and say, come on, DJ, don't play him one-on-one and take his pride and everything, dog. We need him for the season. Maybe let him beat you one time. I know that ain't in DJ handbook, but can you get him to let the guys beat him one time, Coach, to build their confidence?
No, not at all. Not at all. I let Coach Slum beat him up as much as he wants to. And it's funny, after most of the prep, when they do challenge him, he's always getting the win. They're like, dang, well, yeah, y'all kids, y'all youngins don't do your homework.
Yeah. You got YouTube videos for a reason, man. Don't look at your own highlights. Look at what came before you, man.
Hey, look, it's funny. They call him out every time too. So it's like y'all can't call him out, and then and they lose.
Yeah. they going to figure out why they call him Slim. They thought KD was the first Slim. You got the real first Slim over there.
100%. 100%.
Got to ask you about that win at UNLV. How much fun was that? What was that locker room experience like after that big one?
It was amazing, but obviously it was huge for us because we were coming off a loss to Alabama A&M. And, just that feeling, getting that taste out of our mouth, and into a big game on the road, flying all the way out to Vegas to go out there and play the way we played defensively, offensively. We shared the ball. And to walk away from that arena with the win was a huge step for our team, just in our growth, especially after we did something that was out of body for what we had done so far in the season versus Alabama A&M. So to respond was huge.
You're hitting the Illinois circuit right now, going to play Western and then Eastern, then come back home and play Morehead State. How important is it for you to get these two wins right here? They're lower in division, but like you said, their record isn't indicative of who they are. But to get that feather in the cap, to be able to build, how important is it on this trip?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge, and we talk about all the time the importance. Our goal, our season goal is to win a championship. Regular season tournament, and then win the regular season. It's one game at a time. Every game is that important. You have to run your race, and you have to look at every game like a championship game. And then once you win that one game, then we'll turn the page, and then our 1 day of preparation, we'll get ready for Eastern. But we're focused. Our guys are hungry. They're motivated, and I got to tell them now we got to be hunters, and we have to get after it every single game.
There he is, Nolan Smith, TSU basketball coach, 7-2 in their last 9 play at Western Illinois tomorrow night. Thank you, Coach. Good stuff, man. Appreciate you.
Joining us once a week, too, Coach.
I was going to say,
be ready. Come on now. Come on with it.
I'll be back as long as y'all will have me. And I'm going to try and get a little more, a better radio voice for you, too.
No, it's a good radio voice.
And guess what, Nolan? That's a dookie talking to you like that, too. I can't believe it. Appreciate you, brother.
Well, I appreciate y'all. Have a good one.
Thank you, Coach. Yep, weekly, every Wednesday.
Man. Cast a wide net, man. Y'all get out there and support. There's always people talking in the chat. Give TSU some love. So not only give them the love on the radio, man. Y'all go over there and pack Gentry out. Give them some love too.
Can we do a Tuesday where we talk to him about like old stuff?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
You know we're gonna dive into that.
Okay, good.
Wednesday, Pat.
Sorry, Wednesday. Whatever day it is.
One of the days.
I think you thought yesterday was Monday.
I did.
All right, when we come back, saw some stuff from Rich Eisen that he put out on 5 of the openings. And we'll do that at 5:45. Danny Canel is coming up next. Thanks to our friends at Bet Online. And we'll talk about the college football playoffs, and he will give the SEC some love, I'm sure.
No.
That'll be next. 3HL. 3HL 104.5, The Zone. Brett Doherty with you. Beautiful evening in the Music City. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. The biggest SEC apologist any of us know joins us now, Danny Canel. Thanks to our friends at Bet Online. Canel, I've got Slay here, and guess who else is here?
Hi.
Hey, there's that voice. I only get to hear Dawn's voice. I think it's in her contract. She only has to put up with me so many times a year. And so we're starting a new year. So last year is off the books. Now I get a nice fresh new year. And I get to hear now I probably only have 2 left on the season, throughout next year. So we'll have to make sure I get the most of this one. But it's great to talk to you guys.
Check out betonline.ag for updated college football playoff semifinal game and champion lines, along with a plethora of CFP props. Danny, we really have no pushback for whatever you're going to say about the SEC right now.
Danny, I was dreading this visit because I'm like, for the first time ever, when we chat with Canel, he can actually say some negative things about the SEC, and they might be true. First time ever.
Well, I'm not one, I think what's the old saying? When you win, say little. When you lose, say less. Or is it the opposite? Is it when you lose, say little. When you win, say less? I mean, I don't need to. Like you said, the case has been made for me, but I will tell you. So you guys have to promise me that you're not going to rely on the results. If Ole Miss somehow beats Miami and wins the national championship, guess who's going to be right back there pounding the chest?
That's right.
SEC. They're going to be right back in there. Now, they'll completely ignore 2-7 in the bowl season this year. They'll completely ignore, 3-7 in the playoffs the last few years. They'll completely ignore that. So they do have one team left that could be the Hail Mary pass of all Hail Marys. If they do complete this and thread the needle and would have Ole Miss win the championship, would be an incredible story. But yes. I want everyone to remember this. And here's my goal, what I would love to see, because I do think the SEC and the Big Ten are in a class by themselves. And I think the Big Ten has kind of shown they've got the powerhouses. The SEC has more depth, but I think that depth is being questioned a little bit by the national media, not just me. But I want to get to a place where we don't have to campaign for teams to get in, to appease the committee, to appeal to them. I'd like to see a nice, clean, and I would even sign up for, if I was the commissioner, if I was Brett Yormark or Jim Phillips, the commissioners, the Big 12 and ACC, they turned down a deal that was the 4-4-2-2 model. And I thought at the time that was crazy. I thought they should have signed up for it. I do think now, the way it's unfolded, they might be able to get that up to 4-4-3-3. And then however the group of 5 and, Notre Dame, however that works out, I'd be okay with. But I think that actually makes some sense. But I think people are tired of, and I don't think you'll see the SEC able to campaign for half the field, which they almost got this year. I mean, there was a strong push for Texas. If Texas would have gotten in, over Miami, who was the last team in, that would have been half the field. And Miami wouldn't have gotten the chance now that they're proven capable of. Notre Dame still sitting at home, probably livid, with their ball that they took to go home as opposed to going to the bowl game. So I just hope we get to a system where we don't have to even argue about conference pride. We don't have to argue about which conference is the best. We just know exactly how many teams from each conference are getting in, and then we let it play out in the field, and then we can leave all that talk, all the smack talk is fun, but it weighs way too much. There's too much influence on the selection process, which is the thing that bothers me.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately it should have been Notre Dame, right? Instead of 2 group of 5s, we should, and 2 huge point spreads in those first games. Notre Dame should have been in. I mean,
yeah. And they might have won it,
Yeah.
They might have won it. They were definitely capable. We don't really know because their schedule wasn't the toughest, but last year it wasn't tough either, and they made it all the way to the championship game.
So, so this is where we are, Canel, with regard to speaking of Ole Miss and how great of a story that is with everything that's going on. I read this story on Tuesday. Now, a lot's happened since this story, but it still serves its purpose. From Pete Nakos, who said former Arizona State quarterback Sam Leavitt visited LSU Monday. He said Leavitt has built a great rapport with offensive coordinator Charlie Weiss Jr. This is where we are. So he's trying to secure a transfer portal quarterback for LSU while trying to win a national title with one of their rivals. This is where we are in this world.
Yeah, it's messy. It's gross. I don't love it. I think a lot of fans are starting to – I don't know. I feel like the majority of fans that I talk to are sick of it and they're kind of over it. And yet, when you look at the ratings for the college football playoff and even through the regular season, they're off the charts. Like, there's more interest than there's ever been in college football. But I feel like we're at this inflection point where we have to take advantage of this opportunity with this popularity and the newfound parity. Like, there's definitely pros and cons to this crazy atmosphere that we're in with the coaching carousel, the portal carousel. There's the parity. Throw in another SEC team. Now we've got teams that we've never seen. Indiana, Texas Tech, Arizona State have a legit chance to win a national championship, get into the college football playoff. And I think that's great. But if we're not careful, we are going to lose some fans. Like, imagine being a Washington fan today where you thought you had your quarterback who signed on the dotted line. He signed a contract on Friday saying he was going to be back. And then all of a sudden, 5 days later, he changes his mind, doesn't honor the contract. And now Washington's got to sue to try. I don't even know what they're suing for. Do they really want him back? He doesn't want to be there. I think it's more about the principle.
It's the principle,
that we can, Totally.
So it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, exactly. But it already happened once. Nobody talked about it because it was a lesser-known player who wasn't making $4 million. But Xavier Lucas, who's been a great player for Miami this year, did the same exact thing to Wisconsin. He had signed on the dotted line, and then Wisconsin tried to sue, didn't win, never heard about it again. It's like, oh, here we are. So nothing is real. Everything is a sham in college football, whether it's the contracts that are in place, whether it's the portals. Like, I'm not even sure this portal window matters. Like, honestly, if a player in May or after spring football decides, I hate this school, I didn't win the job, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they can hit the portal again. Like, who's to say that would uphold in court? So then we have all these kind of fake rules in place. The NIL is a good example. Remember, we were supposed to have rev share where the money was going to come from the schools. The NIL deals were supposed to be legitimate, verified, signed off from this college sports commission. What in the world happened to that? Because no one is following that rule. And the winners are the people who are cheating, not cheating, but not paying attention to the fake rules in place. And if you're not, which I have a tendency to believe Florida State tried to play by the rules and they're getting completely burned by it because their roster wasn't anywhere good enough to compete. If you try to play by the rules, you're at a disadvantage. Like, if you go, oh, well, we're going to do things the right way, it doesn't pay off. So it is a total mess right now.
I mean, the funniest part of that story is that Lane Kiffin is involved, which surprises no one.
Well,
and that story pops while Sam Leavitt is sitting next to Lane Kiffin at a basketball game. And an hour later, Sam Leavitt gets his visit with Tennessee put on the docket. Like,
right.
Incredible.
It is incredible. And it's not, and I know Lane Kiffin, because it's a rival, it's such a big deal, and Ole Miss is in the playoffs. But I talked to Oregon, and Oregon has both of their coordinators. I talked to Tosh Lupoy, the defensive coordinator, and I was asking him, he's like, well, I'm sleeping 4 hours a night. I'm making he has his day divided up where he's got 10 hours a day are devoted to Oregon, to winning a championship, game planning. The other 8 hours are dedicated to trying to build a roster at Cal. Same thing with Will Stein, who's going to be the head coach of Kentucky, who's the offensive coordinator at Oregon. Like, it's just it's impossible to try to figure out. There's so many conflicts of interest. There's so many people pulled in different direction. It's a mess right now. And yet I guess it's a beautiful mess because we're all sitting here glued to our televisions, and I am too. And I love the product we've seen on the field. We've seen some great play. And before we knock the portal too much, look at every single team in the playoff. The last 4 teams standing all have transfer quarterbacks. So it obviously pays off to go shopping and get better players.
Do you think that the current state of college football is going to chase away some of these great coaches?
No, I thought it would. When Nick Saban retired, that was a popular conversation. There's been other there was a big push. Like, a lot of people said, oh, we'll go to the NFL and we'll lose some coaches. I don't think so. The coaches are still making great money. It makes their life a massive headache. But the NFL, there is a salary cap. So you do not have a distinct advantage that you can if you go to the right school in college football. As great as Kirk Cignetti has been, and he's a great football coach, it is not just because he's coaching his tail off. Like, what a great job. They have invested. They have one of the highest, most expensive rosters in college football. Like, that's a story that doesn't really get covered much. They had to buy Fernando Mendoza. They had to buy Pat Coogan, the offensive lineman that got MVP of the Rose Bowl from Notre Dame. They had to pay. They are very much players in the game because they've been, paying. If you go to the NFL, all of a sudden your edge to be able to have a better roster than everybody is taken away. So, like, that is still something that I think is very appealing to college football coaches. The fact that you can get a roster. And I talked to Urban Meyer about this, and he's been on the record saying this when he was advising Marcus Freeman. He said, you lose all control. Now, some of that is changing because in the NFL, you have to answer to the owner. You've got to answer to the general manager. There's a whole slew of people you might have to go through. And it's starting to change. I think that's one reason Lane Kiffin didn't go to Florida. He didn't want to have to answer to a general manager that was going to be over him. He wanted all the control, all the power, which he got at LSU. We're slowly starting to see a shift in the power structure. But as a college football coach, you have control over everything. You get a final say on everybody on your roster. You don't have to answer to anybody except the athletic director. And it's, that structure has been in place for a long time. So you still have complete control, which you don't really get in the NFL. There's a lot of moving parts there.
Danny Canel with us thanks to our friends at Bet Online. Check out betonline.ag for updated college football playoff semifinal game and champion lines, along with a myriad of college football playoff props. Danny, let's hit that Miami-Ole Miss game. I think it's intriguing here because Ole Miss, obviously, if they can go up a couple of scores, that makes it really difficult on Miami with their offense and their quarterback. However, Ole Miss hasn't faced a defense like this, Mesidor and Bain coming off the edge. This is an interesting matchup.
It really is. From the storyline perspective, all we talked about Ole Miss, Mario Cristobal is trying to recapture college football. When I was coming out of high school, Miami was on top of the college football world for, 15, 20 years. They were on top, and that's been the big question. I think – so you mentioned something interesting because I do think – I don't know for a fact, and I don't think Miami by any means wants to get into a shootout, but they do have some offensive weapons, and I do think if they had to – they would stretch the field vertically. Like, very clearly, they have been Carson Beck be the game manager. We're going to run the football with Mark Fletcher.
Yep.
Yeah, and we're going to control that time of possession. But Carson Beck is still 35-5 as a starter. He's 15-3 against AP top 25 teams. He did throw it for 400 yards at times, whether it was this year or even at Georgia. But his bad games caught so much attention that everybody thinks, oh, they're just having him check it down, which it does look like that. But it also, the thing Miami's not going to be facing is Texas A&M's defense on the road in College Station, which was filthy. And then Ohio State, a lot of people said that could be that was a generational defense. So, I don't know how any quarterback was going to put up big numbers there. But I do, the key to me is, and it's kind of a weird stat, but time of possession is going to be huge. Miami's going to want to control the game, keep the ball out of Trinidad Chambliss' hands. And then Ole Miss wants to go fast. They want to go the opposite. They want possessions. They want plays. And, if you go tempo, which Ole Miss does, and you don't get first downs, all of a sudden you're off the field sitting on the bench, and then your defense is on the field the whole game. So keep an eye on the success early that Ole Miss has because it's very hard as a tempo offense. I played in one at Florida State. If you're never on the field, you can't get in rhythm. It's very hard. So I think early on, watch the pace of the game and to see if Ole Miss can get first downs because if they have a couple 3-and-outs, all of a sudden you look up the first quarter, Miami's held the ball 12 minutes. Ole Miss is only at it 3. That is definitely not what Ole Miss wants to see happen.
Danny, all right, going to the next game, tilt the scale for me. Give me a reason Oregon can go pull this out.
Oh, Slay. Full disclosure, when this bracket came out with 12 teams, I picked Oregon to win it all.
Really?
I thought and that was going through Indiana, so I did have this rematch. But there's a couple reasons.
Not
so one,
sold on them.
No.
I know.
Neither am I.
So and I kind of like, man, I don't, because I was at the Orange Bowl in Miami, and Oregon's offense looked pathetic.
Yes.
They looked sloppy. Dante Moore is getting all this talk and attention. I really like him, but all of its upside, he doesn't have a signature game, where he was awesome and put the team on his back. He's going to have that against Indiana. Now, he's had moments. He made an incredible throw against Iowa. a game-winning drive. But the last time against Indiana, he had his worst game. But I do think that experience, seeing that defense for the adjustments they're going to try to make, they do have some weapons back healthier in Decorian Moore. They've gotten back some of those offensive weapons. So I'm still going to go with my pick because you know why? You know what was different in that Orange Bowl? Oregon's defense pitched a shutout. They're pretty nasty. I really like the under in the Indiana-Oregon game. I think it could be like the Big Ten title game when Ohio State played Indiana. It was 16-13. It was a kind of ugly defensive game. I think these defenses could dominate because as good as Fernando Mendoza has been, and I know they blew out Alabama. That was not an Alabama team that I thought was going to put up much of a fight. Now, I didn't think it'd be 38-3, but I felt very confident that Indiana would win. Oregon is a much better team on both sides of the football, and specifically on the offensive and defensive lines in Alabama. So I think this is going to be a heavyweight bout of two teams that are really going to showcase what they can do defensively.
From the coaching aspect, do both of these teams, are you giving it to Cignetti and not even being there before? At least Lanning has kind of sniffed.
They have 0 5 stars.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing. Slay, yeah, I think so. And I also think Indiana's coordinators don't get enough credit. Like, there are a couple great coordinators, and they retained them both because Kirk Cignetti's and they're spending, so they haven't been mentioned much in the coaching carousel. Right. But I think they clearly are the best coach. They're the most disciplined. They tackle well. They're just an incredibly disciplined team. And a lot of that's because they're one of the oldest rosters in this playoff field. So the combination of Cignetti, and he is special. He is a special coach. Now, I think Dan Lanning loves the fact that they lost the first time because he got the revenge factor. Yeah. He can really fire up his team. And I do think he has learned a lot from his playoff experience, whether it was getting blown out last year against Ohio State or the 2 games he's played so far this year. They're getting a lot of the injury bug. They just lost their second-string running back, Davison, for the game. He's been lost for the season. But they have a lot of depth on this team. So I think it's pretty evenly matched, but I do think the coaching edge has to go to Indiana, as well as what I was mentioning before. Oregon's a little bit, both those coordinators leaving. How much does that divide their attention? I think it's just human nature. They have to be divided.
Is that your favorite bet in these 2 games, the under in the Oregon-Indiana game?
Yes, I do like Miami. I think, some of this has to go with, the SEC's been a little bit overrated, and Ole Miss beat Georgia, which was an incredible win. I do think Miami has the better offensive and defensive line. And Kejuan Lacey's been awesome. We'll see if he can run the football. I do like Trinidad Chambliss, but I think Chambliss is going to have to play like he did against Georgia, which was out of this world. And I just don't know if he's got that type of performance in him again. I think he'd have to be that special. He could be really good, and they could lose by a touchdown, which is kind of where I have it. So I do like Miami to win and cover.
Yeah, Chambliss completed 12 passes in a row in the second half for 202 yards and a touchdown. And Georgia couldn't get to him. Yeah. Miami will be able to get to him and put pressure on them. So, this is going to be a couple of really good games. Danny, we appreciate you hopping on, man.
You guys are awesome, and I really appreciate Don for sticking around just for me. I appreciate it.
Just for you. Who's going to be FSU's quarterback next year?
Oh, my gosh. Ashton Daniels, we're a mess right now. The fan base is totally divided. We're bringing back Mike Norvell. It is a total mess right now. But I will bleed garnet and gold and root for my Seminoles, but I think it might be another long year.
While you were talking.
Guess what? Auburn, too. I'm with you.
Yeah. Well, that's where his quarterback came from.
At least you got a new coach.
That is true.
While you were talking, Danny, 32 touchdowns in 90 and 95. And then I looked at the rushing numbers, man. We need to pick that up.
36. So I had 4 in the
36.
bowl game.
Oh,
they don't count them. And we didn't have an ACC title game, which would have been another 5. At least, come on.
They do count bowl game stats now, though.
I know. How
got
messed
gypped.
up is that?
Yeah,
exactly. I'm screwed. I got screwed over.
You did.
Always getting screwed over.
Thank you, Danny. Good stuff, man. Appreciate you.
We'll talk to you later.
Babs' Prize Closet is going to be open here momentarily, but I do want to remind you that Danny Canel jumped on, thanks to our friends at Bet Online. Check out betonline.ag for updated college football playoff semifinal game and champion lines, along with a plethora of CFP props. Yeah, Danny Canel, 55 carries, minus 196 yards rushing.
Listen, he wasn't a dual threat quarterback, We'll give
Air
it
it
to
out.
him.
Air it out, Dan.
Air it out. Bab's going to air it out right here.
I am. How about a family 4-pack ticket bundle to Monster Jam's Freestyle Mania at Bridgestone Arena on January 17th? Yes, it includes 4 lower bowl tickets and 4 pit party passes. Caller number 5 right now, 615-737-1045. Bab's Prize Closet is open. Open, open, open.
United Structural Systems is a foundation repair and waterproofing company that has served the Middle Tennessee area since 1994. Check them out online, USSTN.com. If you've got foundation repair issues or questions, waterproofing issues or questions, you can check them out, USSTN.com. If you do have some foundation repair or waterproofing work done, you also have the peace of mind knowing that USS provides an honest diagnosis and stands by their work and warranties. This is huge. USS is based right here in Middle Tennessee. They are members of our community, and USS has been in business 25 plus years, and they are not going anywhere. This is who you want doing your repair work, and this is who you want to call if you ever do need to use that warranty. This is the company who cares and the company you can trust. They guarantee their best. Call USS 615-488-7855. Homeowners trust USS, keeping homes dry and stable. USS serving Middle Tennessee, Southern Kentucky, and Western Kentucky. Online at USSTN.com. I'm Ken Weaver. So
Ken Weaver's on his game, man.
yeah, he's leaning in.
Mm-hmm.
I love that dude. Every time he walks down the hall, somebody does that to him. Sometimes multiple people.
That's his go-to.
Mm-hmm. Missouri at Kentucky tonight. Kentucky favored by 12.5, 6 o'clock ESPN2. Wildcats are 9-5. They're 4-3 in their last 7. Missouri beat Florida on Saturday.
Yeah, knew they would. Sometimes you just got a team's number. They don't have their number for a second.
You like Kentucky in this one?
I don't know, Yor.
Okay.
I'm like, why the silence?
Because I like what Missouri bring. Can they take it on the road? Kentucky's vulnerable, man.
They are.
They're vulnerable. You don't know which one you're gonna get. Can they get some? Can guys make shots?
As Todd says, you need some more data points for them.
Man, yeah. I need to see.
Figure out
can
who
they shoot
are.
at home?
You know who can shoot?
Who?
Josh freaking Hubbard.
Oh, absolutely.
Oklahoma at Mississippi State. Both teams won their season openers. Oklahoma pounded Ole Miss, and Mississippi State won at Texas. They were 9.5-point underdogs and won in overtime in Austin. Josh Hubbard did what he does. He had 38. He's had at least 34 points in 2 of his last 4 games.
They can play, man.
Leads the SEC with 22.5 points per game average. You said before the season he can shoot the laces off.
Yeah, he's getting some help, too, from his guards, man. Epps is a real vital person for him to continue having this success.
Number 15, Arkansas at Ole Miss. Arkansas favored by 4.5 on the road. That's at 8 o'clock on the SEC Network. Darius Acuff Jr. averaging 19.5 points per game, 6 assists per game. Malik Diaz doing his thing for the Rebs. How do you think this one plays out?
I think Arkansas is too much for them. If this backcourt plays anywhere, they're like they play. They test it. Like they can be the same at a neutral site, on the road, or at home. And it doesn't necessarily depend on shooting. It depends on them playing hard, and Cal got them playing hard right now. Is
Arkansas one of those teams where we figure out, like you already know, but like fans, of the sport figure out a month from now that like this team is getting better. They're on fire.
Yeah, they're
going to have to be dealt with in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, they need to hurry up and figure it out. Acuff is top 5 point guard in the country.
Big matchup tonight, 13 Alabama at number 11 Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt a 4.5-point favorite, 8 p.m. ESPN2. Bama beat Kentucky in their SEC opener. Aiden Holloway had 26. Vandy won at South Carolina 83-71. Tyler Tanner, who we've talked a lot about this week, 19 points, 14 assists, and only 1 turnover. Vanderbilt 14-0. They're averaging 93.4 points per game.
Did you expect them to be this?
Not like this.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think anybody did, right?
Nah, this is next level right here. It's gonna be key with this matchup because everybody been saying Vanderbilt ain't played anybody. Where they get an opportunity to play somebody tonight. Alabama coming in and looking at the numbers, it's gonna be big for him. Duke Miles, is he playing? I just see something that's right now says he's ill. He's missed the last 2 games, so it's probable coming in tonight. So Devin McLaughlin undisclosed. He's questionable tonight versus Alabama. So you're going against 2 guards, man, and LeBaron Fallon and Aiden Holloway, who are top 5 in the scoring in the SEC. That's tough. This backcourt can get it done, but, man, you would need Duke Miles. Memorial Magic need to show up tonight.
We'll do the Rich Eisen thing tomorrow where he kind of works through like 5 of the job openings and kind of gives you the pluses and minuses. I thought was really interesting. We'll do that tomorrow. We're not able to get to that today. 3HL bingo card. These are things that were not on the pre-show bingo card but are on the post-show bingo card. He's a small little white guy. We started this show with that. I got multiple texts about how funny that was.
That was my bet.
My friends thought. What is malt liquor? Also Babs.
I never got the answer.
No, we're gonna show you.
Joey and the Plains called.
Yeah, it just you drink a 40 and malt liquor
Joey.
just makes you crazy a little bit.
Yeah, you go in the turtle. Like a turtle.
Oh, yeah. It's in the wheat or something.
They are paying for the pose.
What
is that?
Cleveland Browns.
Paying for the baby yoga pose.
Oh, that's right.
They're still under that contract even next year. That's one of the minuses of the Browns opening.
That's how great of a.
I mean, one of many. Let's be honest.
One of, yeah. People die every day, Yoral.
That would be Mayor. I mean, Slay.
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
Talking about Peter Skronsky.
Yeah,
And
it kinda
his
just came
appendix
out.
bursting.
Yeah. I apologize.
I've never been north, ever.
Yeah.
That was also
Slay goes right to left.
Yeah, North Nashville. That's
Left to
North
right.
I want to go.
North Nashville, yeah.
We did not address what the hell happened to my Auburn Tigers last night
Dude.
either. Did you guys see it?
Yes.
Did you watch it, Mayor?
Crazy ending.
No, I saw the highlight, and I was like,
Or
it took
low
me.
light?
I watched it like 8
Depending on the
times trying to figure out. Like, it really looked like he got it off in time.
I thought he got it off in time. What did you guys end up thinking in the studio, Slay?
I think he did get it off in time, depending on what clock you're looking at. Now, the game ends, I just found this out last night, when the horn goes off and the red light comes on, regardless of what the time says.
Regardless
so we did
of
a
the
steal
clock.
shot, regardless of the clock.
Oh, the red light.
Yeah, the red light ends anything. Shot
Why
clock
is the red
violation.
light not with the clock?
Red light therapy, Babs.
So Auburn, this is an Auburn problem.
Oh, of course it
needs
is.
to
Oh, so
be
you
a
guys did it
line.
to yourself.
It needs to be a line. It's a steal shot. I got a steal shot on my phone. If you look behind Keyshawn Murphy's head, it's .01. It's a tenth of a second behind his head, and it's 0-0 on the score on shot clock with the red light on. So
That was crazy.
you got to get that's a big one. That's
Auburn's
2 in a row.
finding weird ways to lose.
Yeah,
Ugh.
after they
Shocker.
really have won.
Do you have a parlay real quick?
I do.
What's coming up next, Zeph?
We are.
More of us. God
After
help you.
party.
God help you all.
I don't think that's sponsored by anybody.
The
after party is not
in
sponsored?
full effect.
Not that I know of.
You know, the after party needs to be sponsored by Graham Central Station.
Yeah. I got a 5. I'll make
Bar Louie.
it a 3-leg for y'all.
Bar Louie.
3-leg.
All right, hit
Remember
it.
the fish bowls?
Blackhawks +1.5. Ottawa +1.5. Montreal Canadiens money line. That's Zeph boys. All
There
them
you go.
Zeph boys.
There's the bar parlay.
Chicago.
It wasn't Bar Louie. It was, I forget. I'll remember 5 minutes after the show's over. Thank you guys for including us in your day and in your lives. We do not take that for granted, nor do we take it lightly. Hopefully, we were able to put a smile on your face. 3HL is organized chaos, and I hope you have a great night. Good night. God bless.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be you unless you're going to shout out Memorial Magic. Y'all better come with it. Bama's in town. Let's go.
Get him.
It says y'all ain't played nobody.
He did say that.
What is it?